What's going on? Happy 4th, my brothers. Now that intro worked a lot better than that fucking last week's.
Happy
I don't
4th,
know.
everybody, man. Happy Independence Day.
Happy
Happy
4th, man.
250th, man. I was looking forward to the
250.
250th my whole life because I kept hearing about the 200th, the bicentennial.
Oh,
And I feel like
yeah.
250th was weak with what I was thinking would happen when I was like 5 and
Dude,
6 and 7 and 8, 9, 10 and years old.
my 250 was UFC 250, man, and that shit was fucking legendary, bro. That was the greatest, like the main event. That was the greatest fucking but one honestly, I'd put that down as the greatest fight of my entire life. Fucking, I had called Gaethje to win that entire fucking time. Everybody was saying, "Bro, no, are you fucking tripping, bro? Ilya, Ilya." And I was like, "Bro, I just have a fucking feeling like Gaethje's a fucking dog, bro, and he is not like just with the setting, and he knew like this is, you know what I mean, what the odds were against him, and he came in, bro, and fucking killed it, bro. I'm not gonna say he just completely dogged Ilya because it was close, man. There was a couple liver shots that could have fucking taken him out, but Gaethje, man, pulled the fucking comeback, bro. It was like fucking real life Rocky. He even got lifted up with the American flag, bro. That shit was so sick, bro. I would call my brothers, because even my brother Evan, because I don't even bet, but I just bet for the hell of it, just to kind of make it even funner, because it was a once in a lifetime thing. And he was like, I wouldn't bet on it. He's like, Gaethje's great, but I wouldn't bet on it against Ilya. And I was just like, bro, what now? What now? I told you fucking Gaethje was gonna win, even though Pereira fucked my parlay up, so I lost anyways. But it was fucking sick, bro. If fucking Alex would have won, I should have put one. I had two parlays, both of them were Gaethje, both of them were Pereira, and then two other randoms. I should have done one for Searle because I was just hoping for Pereira to get that 3 fucking belt, and become, the first to do it. So, but I had that in my gut the whole time that Gaethje was gonna win. Did either of you guys get to watch that? I don't know if you guys are into UFC much.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, little man, but I love it. I love your passion.
Dude, it was
No,
so
I don't
fucking
watch the
sick.
UFC. I don't keep up with UFC or anything. So.
It's a lot easier now because UFC's on Paramount. So, because it was always hard for me to really keep up
UFC
with
ain't
it.
got Penta, so like I just
I get it.
I don't know.
I get it. Trust me, bro. There's a lot of fucking times where like I just don't watch them. It's only when like a certain fighter that I like is gonna be on. So it's like I'm not keeping up to
Why
it. Like
don't those dudes come out in like colorful costumes and masks and like
yeah, I mean some
sing along songs and chants and everything.
yeah. I mean sometimes they come out in like a little get up and stuff, but it's nothing like WWE, obviously. But yeah, man, those fucking UFC fighters, it's crazy. But yeah, I honestly I could never keep up with it. I just like would love playing the game, and we would watch a Conor McGregor pay-per-view every now and then. My brothers actually were probably more into it, but it was like I'm not spending $100 for every pay-per-view. So now that it's on Paramount, I've been able to keep up with it a little more.
I got friends that are into it, and every time I'm chilling with them at an event and we're watching it, I can get into it, you know, and it's kind of fun, you know. So
yeah,
I've seen some fights, yeah.
I would say even if you're like if you don't have to know all the guys, if your buddy just says like these two fucking guys are killers, you know what I mean? You're like, okay, you know, and you're having some drinks, it's just fun to watch two guys go fucking kill each other in there. So that's one of the oldest fucking things that you know we've been doing is
God bless America.
Exactly, dude. Oh, dude, I wish, man, dude, that UFC 250 was crazy because everybody said like Justin Gaethje was lit. He was the American, the other guy, and it was the main event. So like they put an American, I'm pretty sure purposely because it was like all about America. And the other guy, Ilya, was undefeated. He was like 15-0. He'd have knocked the last like 5 guys out, knocked them out cold. And everyone was like, there's no fucking way. Gaethje is like 39 years old. This guy was like 28. You know what I mean? Like it was like 5-1 odds that Gaethje was going to win. Everybody was like, there's no fucking way. He's not going to win this. He'll put up a decent fight maybe, but he's not going to win. And he upset the world, bro, on the biggest stage at the White House.
Sounds like the plot to Rocky IV.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It was literally, it was
Shit sounds
crazy,
just
bro.
as predetermined as the WWE to me, man.
You would think, but I mean, you know, it's never been proven with the UFC, you know, so it was still awesome though. But yeah, so tonight for 4th of July weekend, we're here to review I Know What You Did Last Summer, 1997. Not none of that shit. Cause what was the fucking 2024 version or whatever? Was that one called I Know What You Did Last Summer too?
Yeah.
25 one, the one that came out last year.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah,
fucking
this
title.
is
It's
not
like
that.
Scream 5. It was just called Scream.
Exactly.
Bullshit.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sony,
when I looked it up, I said, let me find this thing. It said Netflix. I was like, yes, finally. And then it was like 2025 version. I was like, no.
Oh damn. That's fucked up. Yeah. Yeah, man. I grew up with these movies, man, especially 1 and 2, because you know, like we said, there's that third one, and then Amazon did a TV show recently, which I tried to watch an episode or two. I just couldn't. You know, it was like teenagers or whatever. Like it felt like Euphoria meets I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Bro, there's teenagers in this one too. I bet this is what 30 and 40-year-olds were thinking.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
It's just a bunch of fucking kids.
Yeah, I guess so. Because she's going into college. Like it's like the high school graduation or whatever they're partying for. I forget. But obviously because they cut and she goes to college and then comes back. But yeah, obviously, this was after the fame of Scream, because Kevin Williamson, you know, was so big at the time. So he worked on a second film, and it was I Know What You Did Last Summer, which why the fuck am I tripping? Okay, screenplay. I was like, am I tripping? Because I don't see his name anywhere. But yeah, so this was, you know, bit of that Scream formula in a way. You know, whodunit killer. But yeah, man, this is always one that I grew up watching. My mom, especially both of these, really. My mom, man, we would watch these all the time. She loved Scream. She loved I Know What You Did Last Summer. These were just good fun, man. And I've been watching these for literally 25th anniversary. I've been watching them for like 20. This came out maybe like 2 years, 27 years now, to 26 for that one. I've been watching these as long as I can remember, dude. And Sony did really good 4Ks on both of these. You know, with some scenes are really dark and they got, fireworks going off. Sony fucking killed it on the 4Ks for both of these. So, and it was Jennifer Love Hewitt. Was she coming off Ghost Whisperer at the time, or what was that? Is that the name of it?
No, it was Party of Five. Party of Five, and she had actually done a pop album. If anybody remembers that.
No way.
Small, yeah. The album is called what is it called? It's something like Let's Bang or something like that. Or like, I don't know, but like, yeah. I remember that shit on MTV, TRL, all that stuff. Like, I remember it, man. Yeah, funny. Dude. So like what's crazy is Kevin Williamson actually wrote this script before the success of Scream.
Oh, really?
And nobody ever picked it up. It's based on a 1973 novel called I Know What You Did Last Summer, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
So he did the script and they shopped it around. Nobody was interested. Scream comes out. Boom. All of a sudden, he's got like $1 million script in his hand.
Yeah, I see. Based on a novel by Lewis Duncan.
And isn't it a series as well? Like a series of novels?
I know that she wrote a bunch of novels because she hated this film. I know that because of some of the stuff I've seen with the documentaries about it. But I didn't know this. In fact, I actually had kind of forgotten that it was based on a novel, right? But she wrote a whole series of novels about like murder mysteries and stuff like that. But she actually had a daughter who was murdered, right? And so this was like a very like personal, a real subject to her. It's like a Michael Walsh situation or something like that, right? She's actually a segment on an unsolved mystery because for a long time it was an unsolved mystery about what happened to her daughter. So she hated this movie, right? She hated it because they turned it into a teen slasher. Well, no shit. It's Kevin Williamson. And now they're even more on the heels of the success of Scream. Scream's 96. Right. This is 1997. This is literally 2 months before Scream 2 comes out, y'all. Changed the game, Scream did, man.
It's funny, on the second one, on the special features Blu-ray disc music video, How Do I Deal, performed by Jennifer Love Hewitt.
There you go, man.
I'll only do the sequel if I get to do a music video. If you fucking pay for my music video, right? I guarantee it, and it's gonna be on the special features.
Play into it, man. Everybody had a crush on that girl. It's like, let's bang.
Dude.
How do I do it? I'm like, what the fuck?
She was fine as fuck, bro. Yeah, she was fine, bro.
The name of the album is Let's Go Bang. Let's Go Bang. That's the name of the Jennifer Love Hewitt album from 1995.
That's fucking too funny.
Like, let's do a sexual innuendo for all your song titles.
No kidding.
Holy shit. Oh, man.
I'm sure so many people that bought that were just like, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Let's Go Bang. I don't mind if I do.
Holy shit.
Shit, so that Ghost Whisperer, that came out way later in 2005.
Yeah, that's kind of like her post.
She was on Party of Five.
Movie. Yeah, she was on Party of Five.
That's what you're
thinking. Right? And then with Scott Wolf and Matthew Fox.
Yeah.
And then she did this, and she did the sequel, and then she was in a few other movies. Can't Hardly Wait is one of my favorites, like the 1998 teen comedy. I love Can't Hardly Wait. I got my fucking VHS copy right there in front of me. But then she did Ghost Whisperer. I think she did television.
Can't Hardly Wait.
So, yeah.
Nobody talks about Can't Hardly Wait. That's a good one.
That's a great one. I'm surprised we've never covered it on my channel, actually.
Yeah. She's so fine in that one too. Seth Green's in that one.
It's got a great cast, man.
Great cast, yeah.
Yeah. Great soundtrack too, dude. It's got Eve Six, Smash Mouth on the soundtrack. Good stuff, man.
Says she was in that movie Munchie. You know that? Munchie movie?
I don't remember that. I remember.
She probably says her name is Love Hewitt in it, but I never really watched it. So
yeah, people call her Love, right? And so like she was in that. What's that movie with her and Sigourney Weaver where they're like con women who use their sexuality to like con men out of money? It's got Gene Hackman in it. What's that movie called? That was a good movie. I remember liking that movie.
I know she was in Tuxedo with Jackie Chan.
I remember that.
I'm trying to think. That sounds familiar.
Oh shit.
Oh, that movie's called Heartbreakers. Yeah. Heartbreakers. Nobody remembers that movie? Dude, she's hot as hell in Heartbreakers, man. Her and Sigourney Weaver, man. Gene Hackman, not so much.
I remember this cover. I don't remember the movie.
I'd like to do that one time on a channel at some point. It's like ensemble cast in movies you don't remember. I would love to do that.
Yes. It was crazy. It was honestly insane that they got her back for the fucking 2025 movie, because I thought she kind of like quit acting, but I guess she's been on a show called 911 for like the last 8 years.
Yeah.
Because I thought she just, but you know,
yeah,
like,
my girl, when we were watching this movie,
like that.
My girl was like, "What's she been doing? I haven't seen her." I was like, "I think she's been on some television show." Honestly,
yeah.
Like I think she's had a very successful television career since Ghost.
Yeah, that's pretty much all she's done. She was on some client list, which looks like it was a TV movie, maybe, and like, pretty much all TV stuff. A show called The Client List, which probably was a sequel to the movie. She was in 23 episodes of Criminal Minds from 2014 to 2015. Then she did that.
So she's in a bunch of Muggle TV shit that we don't watch. But
yeah,
that's all right.
And then the biggest, the biggest one is this 911. She's been in for the last 8 years.
Oh.
She's in like
isn't that one of those things like CSI and NCIS too, where there's different versions of that show? There's like 911 Nashville, I think they got. There's a 911 this, there's a 911 that. Like, what the fuck? I've never gotten into this. Like the last normie show I think I really watched was like 24. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then one day I was like,
the
Hawaii 5-0 or Supernatural were like the last things I ever did.
That's the 55 to 85 demographic right there. They'll keep that shit alive.
Way back into that, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Supernatural. That's a good one. But
what's on the old rabbit ears tonight? That's who watches that shit. You know, like what's on fucking CBS?
I say my grandpa has a first that he watch whatever, but all he watches is Sasquatch shit on fucking TV. That's all he wants to watch is all that random Sasquatch shit on TV1 or whatever.
They keep all that shit alive, man. All those shows alive.
They sure do. They sure do. Fucking crazy, dude. But yeah, man, I Know What You Did Last Summer is just a cult classic for me. That's one that's just near and dear to my heart. I just watched that nonstop growing up with my mom. So every 4th of July weekend, I know my mom's like, have you watched I Know What You Did Last Summer yet? Have you watched Jaws? Those are like the two always, you know what I mean? And that's another reason why when we reviewed Storm of the Century, y'all made fun of me for loving it so much, but that's just one. Anytime a storm or a fucking huge fucking winter storm came on, we were throwing Storm of the Century on. And I still love that shit, man, because it just, you know, there was those movies that just do that for you, you know what I mean? And you'll fucking cradle them to the grave about how incredible they are just because that nostalgia it gives you, you know. That's the great thing about movies. Yeah. But Babel, man, this wasn't your first time watching it, was it?
I saw this one in the theaters.
Yeah,
the first one.
So what was your experience with it?
Well, back in the days, I had distinctly remembered seeing the trailer for this thing and feeling a little cringe at it, like because it was like, you know, Scream had came out or whatever, and I guess this looked like they were hopping on the bandwagon, right? Like
of
that's
course.
what it felt like. It's like, oh, is this what they're doing now? Is this gonna be the thing? Grab these young, hot up and coming actors, put them in slashers and stuff like that. it's at the trend now. So I'm like, but I ended up seeing it anyway, and I remember thinking I liked it. You know, I liked it. It wasn't anything that I had on repeat or anything like that. So I haven't seen it in
Yeah.
a long time. Um,
I was surprised when like both you two kind of were like, yeah, I haven't seen that in a while because it's one for me that I've just
yeah.
seen
No,
so
well,
many times.
my wife is a little bit younger than me. She's like 7 or 8 years younger than me. This is
Yeah.
definitely her jam, right? Like
Okay.
when I told her I was watching this, she was like, "Oh, I know what you did last summer. I saw it
Yeah.
so many times." I'm like, I haven't seen it in a long time. Anyway, watched it today, and it's pretty decent. I like it. You know, when I take all the stupid, because I must have went into that movie a little, like when I was younger,
Yeah.
like
You saw what was already
yeah, I
happening to
saw
the
the
industry
crime. I
once
saw
Scream came out.
all these young up and coming actors, and I'm like,
You're
whatever.
like, this is the start to something scary. Like all this shit, this shit ain't gonna end till like 2006.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh my god, is this where we are in horror right now? Is this what it's come to? But now we're several decades removed from that, and I can just watch it subjectively and just take it for what it is. I think it's a pretty decent movie. It's a little light on kills. I think it's a little tame, in my
Yeah.
opinion. A little tame. And the only thing that gets me down about it, because I like the mystery of it, right? I like
Right.
who's this guy, right? Like who's chasing him.
Yeah,
Um,
that's probably the
the,
best part.
yeah, they're all assuming it's that kid or whatever. Uh,
The kid they think
in
committed
the
suicide
yeah,
or
in the
whatever.
beginning,
Yeah.
and then they start to question kind of each other, and even I
Yeah.
kind of did that once or twice during the movie. So I like the mystery and suspense of it all, but the only thing that let me down really is the killer himself. Like once he's revealed, it's like, oh, that's Jack from up the block or something like that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing really special about that guy. Like he doesn't.
He's not even scarred up for them talking about how
Yeah,
messed
he
up his
doesn't.
face was.
He
What a
doesn't
missed
command.
opportunity there, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. He
I
doesn't
forget if they
command.
scar his face up for the second one or not.
He had one like across his forehead, but it was so light. The
Yeah.
Especially compared to what his face looked like when they ran him over. Like you would expect him to be like dismembered, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
all crunchy in the face. So he just looked like a regular guy to me, and that kind of disappointed me a little bit. He was just a normal dude, and because at the beginning they sort of try to build up this lore about the hook killer, right? Like, oh no,
Yeah.
I heard he was escaped from an asylum. Oh no, I heard this, and it gave him a supernatural vibe. Plus, he was doing kind of like supernatural things in a
Yeah.
way, right? Because like, when he killed homeboy on the balcony, fuck, bro, he got that body up out of there fast
Yeah.
as shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
This
when
man
they
can clean out a trunk filled with crabs and a dead body in like 30
exactly
seconds.
exactly my
No
point. So
face. What?
you know, plus the way the he was in the water and he grabbed the tiara, right? Like before, they left him or whatever. So just for me, just the build up is great, but the end is a little downer for me. It's just too normal for me.
Yeah.
The actor didn't command enough presence. He wasn't like a Robert England, all the guys that
Yeah.
we
Oh,
we, we,
yeah.
we love, you know what I mean? In
Yeah.
this kind of role. Other than that though, I like it. It was decent. I don't
Yeah.
really got too many
They,
knocks on it.
they don't give him much either, and I think that's a gripe. I think they give him maybe a little more in the second, but because there was things that I didn't even peep at times, and I ended up finding out a little bit later, especially as a kid, that um, this you kind of find out some of these things like when Julie goes and visits that blonde chick that kid that they try to make the red herring and then they do the Billy Blue is the red hair. They just throw those red
Yeah.
herrings.
And
But I
Hayes,
guess so the
Leonard,
reason why the
Leonard
the
in the Cobra.
fisherman so I guess they try to make it so that the fisherman was like them killing them hitting him wasn't what turned him a killer. He already killed his, like, caught his wife cheating on him, went out, killed her, and then he had a daughter that was with that kid who we think kills himself or whatever, or they end up thinking maybe we hit him or whatever. At first, until they go there, then they find out that he left a suicide note or whatever. So they're like, okay, it can't be him. It's got to be whoever came and visited her and whatever. But
Yeah.
that kid that we think killed himself, he was driving in the car with the fisherman's daughter and fucking killed her or whatever. So what was it? I think what was the boyfriend lived, and then he's feeling some type of way, but then the fisherman kills him and leaves a suicide note to make the family think that he had this regret for killing that girl.
Right.
And he was out there after killing the kid, and that's when he gets hit, or whatever,
right. But they do several. They do several at you, right? Because even the rich kid, the asshole,
Ryan Phillippe,
right? Yeah, he gets hit by the car, but they don't kill him right there and then. So my first thought is a scream thing, right? Like he's in cahoots, and it's just a setup to make it look like he's
Brother,
whatever.
That shit, by the way, when I was watching it, that scene, that's such bullshit. This dude gets run the fuck over through a goddamn wall, right? And then the killer's in front of him. It fades to fucking black. He wakes up. He's in the fucking hospital. And then they're all telling him, well, obviously he didn't want to kill you. What? He ran this motherfucker over through a wall. What did he think was going to happen? And then, like, there are clunky bits that don't make sense when you start thinking about it. That was one right there. And I think it was just like, they were like, fuck, we can't kill him yet. We don't have enough characters.
Yeah, we only got 4 people in the movie.
Right.
You even got that fucking one guy who works on the docks.
Roseanne?
From Roseanne,
and Big Bang Theory. And they added his death in after principal shoot photography because they were testing the movie and they were like, we need a kill here.
That makes sense too, because his is probably the most gory kill.
And also, why did they kill him? That guy has no reason to kill that guy.
There is no. Yeah. Well, the reason
if anything,
they killed him is because they all suspected him.
Yeah. So you knock him off.
Yeah, to throw them
off. Okay, it's not him.
Oh no, it's not the obvious. It's not who you think.
And to throw the audience off, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, that's definitely the best kill where you actually see the close up of the hook going through.
Mm-hmm. But they even try to make Anne Heche kind of look like the killer too, because
they do.
When she goes to the backyard and then she comes out with that knife, and they had this menacing shot of her just like coming towards the camera with the knife. I'm like,
and you're right, man. They're playing with the whole Barry and possibly Ray being in there because I think they're playing on the Scream thing, even though the script was written before Scream, it was shot after Scream. So obviously, I think they're putting in that kind of like maybe it's the boyfriends kind of a vibe,
right?
There's not there's a lot of red herrings in the movie, but there's not enough characters to justify the amount of red herrings in the movie, I think.
Even Freddy at the end, after it's all over, he says something like, oh, I couldn't live with it. So he goes and visits a blonde lady, but he lies about his name, but he says something where he's like, I just missed you so much and I wanted you to come back. And I was like, well, what is that? Why would he say that like that? Like, I don't get that. Like, he wanted you to come back. So that almost like, I don't know, but yeah, they do some weird shit with, they really try to up the red herrings in this and make you think, oh, is it fucking Freddy? Is it him and Ryan? Because, both of them too were dating both of those chicks too. And then now they're both, not dating. But, I also, man, I can't watch this movie without thinking about Scary Movie all the time. Like, even Ryan, like, you just get, like, it's so hard, dude. I'll grab his wallet. I'll get his ass.
There's just as much Scream. There's just as much of this movie as there is Scream in Scary Movie.
Yeah.
The first one, for sure. If not more, I would say.
Yeah.
I honestly forgot the iconic, what are you waiting for, huh?
Yeah.
I almost forgot about that.
That's what I put. That's why I put it in the Instagram thumbnail.
Yeah. Dude,
That's why I put
that was
that.
like the bullet time scene in The Matrix, like 2 years
Yeah.
before was the thing. Everybody was.
I think they did that. They added that in the new Scary Movie. Like they still added that. Like they're still going with that. What are you waiting for? Like they're still fucking making fun of that shit. That shit's fucking funny. But were you done, Fable? Did you have anything else you wanted to say before I get to Robbie?
No super knocks against it. I was entertained by it. Like I said, my only complaint would be that it's a little tame. I thought it would be a little more gory whenever they did kill somebody, and that the killer himself, it just was just a letdown. Like I didn't feel that guy was anything special to be that killer.
It's almost like one of those things where they're trying to fuck with you on the red herring so much that once you finally get the killer, you're like, oh, it's him. Okay, I get. I wouldn't have expected that because I thought it would have been somebody else. Like where they just try to throw you so left where you're like, oh, I didn't expect that. You know what I mean?
Usually when they do things like that, you met the killer in the beginning of the movie at some point. You never saw this guy. So
no, you never.
Who the fuck is this guy? That's the feeling you get when you see him. Like
that's the thing with a whodunit. You always, that's where you're like, okay, like even like where like Hard Eyes or whatever, like you saw one of the killers, he was in it for like 30 seconds, but you're like, oh, is it? Or even the new Scream movie where you're like, oh, it was the janitor from the crazy house that it was in this movie for 2 minutes. You know what I mean? But it's like you at least saw him.
By the way, that guy from Scream 7 is also in Can't Hardly Wait.
Yeah. That motherfucker bald as hell in Scream 7 though.
No, he lost his hair, man. He did, man. Yeah. It happens to some people, but you know what? Thankfully, we here are blessed on the panel.
Thank God. I couldn't be bald.
Let's just take a moment to appreciate that we still have our hair.
I'd be
you just lost half your viewership.
Right now.
You're like, fuck this show.
Fuck you guys. Don't remind me of that.
You hair having motherfuckers, I'm out of
here. We need a DHS t-shirt that says you hair having motherfuckers, I'm out of here.
Holy shit.
Oh my God. So write that down. So Robbie, man, what's your experience with this movie, man? Overall, what did you think, man?
Well, I mean, I watched Scream when it first came out in theaters and loved it. It was like one of the wildest movie experiences of my life. It was the first reactive movie experience of my life. Scream came out in 96. I'm 15, right? And the audience was like jumping up and screaming and clutching each other and like hooting and hollering and laughing. And, my movie experiences were like Jurassic Park and like Addams Family and Batman, shit like that. Right. And, it's like a bunch of families, but this was different. This was like a mostly teen crowd. It was like rambunctious. It was an experience. Right. And I think seeing Scream in the movie theater really like put that bug of gotta watch these things in the theater. So I was there for I Know What You Did Last Summer. And by the way, when you mentioned this, so 2 weeks ago, we're doing Backrooms. Hey man, 2 weeks to man, it's the 4th of July weekend. We got to do something 4th of July related. First of all, I'm so stupid. I never even consider Jaws as a 4th of July movie, though everybody else does. And I completely forgot the 4th of July context of this one.
We would have done Jaws, but we did that before. So I was like, well, wait, maybe we could always do that next year.
I'm glad we did this because, dude, this brought me back, dude. So I went and I watched this movie in theaters and I remember liking it. I remember my homies really loving Jennifer Love Hewitt at the time. But I remember being like, who the fuck is this Sarah Michelle Gellar? Like and then like it was shortly after this movie releases when I started watching Buffy. So honestly, this might be one of the reasons why I started watching Buffy because I thought she was hot in this movie back in the day when I was a kid. So I love that. There was something about Ryan Philippe that has always gripped me. I think he's incredibly attractive. I also think he's a really good actor. I followed his career from this movie on for a few years until he kind of like crashed and burned, right?
Yeah.
Just a little bit. But
Yeah,
like he's in so many great movies that I think are underappreciated, like Way of the Gun, Antitrust, Gosford Park. So Ryan Philippe is somebody I love. So what was really astounding, so I watched this movie back in the day, and I remember liking it enough. I guess I watched the sequel when it came out because I remember Brandy was in it and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
And so I remember that. And then what happened was then, you know, all these other post-Scream slasher, teen slasher movies come out, right? Urban Legend, Valentine.
Yep.
There's so many. Like even I would even put Skulls and Bones or whatever. Is that remember that movie?
Yeah.
Paul Walker,
yeah,
I
the
think.
Skulls. I love the
The
Skulls.
Skulls, yeah.
The
So,
fir-
like,
with Josh
Jackson
Hutcherson?
and Paul Walker,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
So
I
even
never
that,
hear
I
nobody
think,
talk
is,
about that.
even that is, I think, part of this kind of era, right? Like
Yeah.
I remember I watched Urban Legend in the movie theater, right? I got a job at a movie theater in 1998, you know? So like I was able to start keeping up with this shit. But then what happened was Netflix, and I started learning things about Dario Argento, Lucio Fulci. I started getting into newer films like Saw and Hostel. I started getting into the Italian stuff. I started learning more about the history of horror outside of Dracula and Frankenstein and Freddy Krueger and Jason, right? And I started becoming snobby Robbie, especially when it came related to horror. So I think I automatically compartmentalized this movie as a post-Scream, late 90s, early 2000s slasher film that's honestly forgettable. No reason to go back to it. There's no value there, right? I am so glad that you picked this movie. It brought me and my girl back to a time. We had not seen this movie since the 90s. And it brought us back to a time. People that Freddie, like people like these four actors were not names at the time whatsoever. Like the only ones were like Sarah Michelle Gellar was like, had just started Buffy, but that had not caught on yet. Right. And then Jennifer Love Hewitt, but she actually had a more minor role on Party of Five. And that was more the Matthew Fox, Scott Wolf, Nev Campbell show. Right. So like this movie, watching it now,
Nev Campbell was in that Party of Five. I never watched Party of Five.
Party of Five is one of those like super relevant in pop culture shows that I don't think a lot of people remember, but that show was good.
I'll have to check it out.
And wasn't so Jennifer Love Hewitt was Scott Wolf's girlfriend, if I remember correctly, in the show, right? So anyway, and then there's the young girl who wound up in the Lost in Space movie. Anyway, totally forgot about the 4th of July context. So it was really cool watching this on the 4th of July. But me and my girl were taken back, transported to a time when these actors were young and vibrant and not really known. And what really took us back was just how much fun this movie was, how ridiculous this movie was, how much it feels like a ripoff, but is doing its own kind of Scooby-Doo type thing, right? It's got a good, like, it's a good morality tale, right? This seems like an episode of like Tales from the Crypt or Goosebumps or a novel in Fear Street or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
But man, I'll be honest with you. I would say that all four of these performers are good actors, right?
Yeah.
But back in those days, Freddie Prinze Jr. was not. And he definitely is not in this fucking movie. He's just all doe-eyed the whole fucking movie. He just looks like fake hurt. Jennifer Love Hewitt's character, they're all these characters are so fucking extreme, dude. They accidentally maybe kill this guy one night. And then Jennifer Love Hewitt goes from like a student to like her mom asking if she's on fucking drugs, and she's just like sunken in and looks so fucking like just depressed. Fucking Freddie Prinze Jr. is giving up on life, and he's a fucking fisherman like his dad or some shit. Fucking Sarah Michelle Gellar's like, I was the beauty queen, and now I'm just a perfume
I went to New York. And
Philippe
failed.
At 11 the whole fucking time, man.
Yeah.
And I love it. Like, I love it because this movie's so cheesy. It's something that you can watch with homies your age and go back to a place in time, appreciate it for what it is, and then also laugh at it for how fucking ludicrous this movie is in its plot, in its moments, in its setups, in its characters' decisions, in its decision as a movie for its characters. Like, it just goes fucking bonkers, and it's stupid, but it's pretty fucking fun, dude. And if it had more gnarly kills and a stronger ending, it would definitely be something more memorable than what it is. And shame on me for forgetting how memorable this movie actually is.
Yeah, I was surprised, man, when like I said something to you. It almost like you didn't like remember the movie, or at least you just you like forgot at least
Some
that it
guy
was
with
the
a
4th
fucking
of
hook.
July.
I remember that. I remember Ryan Philippe getting killed on the balcony. Right, I remember that shit. I remember him diving after the crown, and this dude holding his breath, I guess, for 10 minutes until he can fucking come back up. When he looks like Jason, by the way, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Because you said Uncle Sam, and I was like, no, sir. There is something better we can fucking watch if it's not Jaws for the millionth time.
I didn't even realize or remember that this was a 4th of July movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's tied in like the whole summer thing. Like, I actually appreciate this movie because it could have easily been a graduation movie.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like, it's not. It's like the middle of the summer. It's 4th of July. So I like that.
I almost thought it was a graduation because the way they line it, because then she's going off to college, but it's more of like the graduation summer.
Yeah.
Yes, it's their last summer, and they're celebrating 4th of July together.
But what does hold up in this movie that I think is really good, and I think very authentic and earnest in this film, is the setting in the town. It feels so lived in, so real, so kitschy. It gave me My Bloody Valentine vibes, bro. It was giving me My Bloody Valentine vibes. Like, that's a mining town. This is like a fisherman town, right? Yeah. So like, I was really digging that blue collar aspect, and honestly, the juxtaposition that it was making with the more well-to-dos and the never-do-wells, right? I kind of like that. It's not baked fully, and in fact, they just mixed up the dough and put it on a sheet and got high and forgot about it and went to bed. But like, it's at least they put the dough together.
Plus, they add that little, they try to add some character growth, where Freddie doesn't want to end up like his dad. He knows that Jennifer Love Hewitt, he's like, because obviously you could tell she's a little smart one, and he's like, she's gonna go away to college, and I love this girl. And man, I want to go to college with her too, but I know my dad wants me to work on the fucking fishing boat with him, and she's going to leave me, and she's going to find somebody else in college. They're all struggling with these things because they're on that path from like just being crazy high school kids together, having fun, having their summer together, to where that adulthood is coming, So I always like that too. And then, like you said, when they come back and he's on the fisherman, working on the boat. She's Sarah Michelle's working at her sister's nail, clothing store or whatever the fuck it is, because her shit didn't pan out. And Ryan Phillippe, man,
fucking sister, by the way. Oh my God, she's literally at the door, like, oh my God, help me. She's like, I'm coming. Oh my God,
Jesus Christ.
Get the fuck. That's Sonya Blade.
So dramatic.
Her sister. That's Bridget Nelson. That's
yes.
Yeah. Fucking. She was in Billy Madison. Remember? Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Hot as fucking Billy Madison. But yeah, and then Ryan Phillippe, man, just fucking getting drunk at his rich parents' fucking mansion, just like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, we killed the guy. Like, don't fucking speak about it ever again.
Dude, we talk about that fucking, what are you waiting for, huh? Moment, but also the moment where he's like, I know what you did last summer. Ooh, like that was a big moment. You saw that everywhere, dude. And did y'all hear about the I didn't even remember this. The lawsuit Miramax put on Sony and Columbia because they kept marketing. Okay, so they marketed the movie as from the creator of Scream. And they were like, oh, hell no. So Miramax went in and they sued them and they won and they had to pull it. But the lawsuit became public knowledge and helped fuel the movie even further. Right. Because Miramax argued that would make people think it was a Wes Craven film. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's weird. Gotta say, they do that shit all the time now. I mean,
Yeah, but this was
Even-
back in the day when Weinstein was
That's-
getting away with it. So,
But I guess, yeah, I was gonna say, I guess it's more when it's the director, though. You know, like especially when even
Well, the
movies that are
creator
produced
of
by
Scream.
Zach Krager, it's like,
yeah,
oh, the creator, the guy who did Weapons, and you know what I mean. But they, I guess they don't a lot of times do. They do. I mean, they do because what was it? That one movie.
I think now they get more like into it though. Like they don't just necessarily say creator anymore because that implies
Yeah.
sole ownership.
Guys who brought you. It's
so they'll
usually
be
who
like, yeah,
brought
they'll
you.
say shit like that, like
The
yeah.
people that brought you this, yeah.
and that usually
Does.
means a couple of executive producers.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
And there might have been some salty backroom shit we don't know about. Like we had this big hit with Scream, and now this guy's going to make a fucking movie for that studio.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not
I
gonna
say-
eat off of our success.
Yeah, the Weinsteins were some fucking. Yeah,
Knowing
you
that
know
they
what I
had
mean? It
Scream
makes
2
sense.
coming out 2 months later, right?
Yeah.
So like think about that. These movies were in production at the same time. So
Yeah.
that's another thing. Problem. So Scream 2 is being marketed probably at the same time because they used to market movies way
Exactly.
further back in the day,
Yeah.
way
Right.
more in advance. So I bet they were being marketed at the same time. You're like, oh
Yeah.
no, you're not riding on Scream 2's coattails, honey.
Exactly.
But they were.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go bang.
crazy.
That's what I'm talking about.
all of a sudden, Spotify is gonna be like, why are so many more people listening to this Jennifer Love
Yeah.
Hewitt album from '95?
Yeah.
Jennifer
I'm gonna
Love
go
Hewitt's
down
gonna get-
Instagram and see commercials for a television show. that I
Yes, we
never knew
will.
she was on.
Jennifer Love Hewitt's gonna get herself a nice little check, and it's gonna say, get a little credits from Let's Go Bang. You're like, I haven't gotten a check for this in like 20 years. The client list is sexy.
Oh, okay. Mm.
The client list is about her doing rub and tugs at a massage place because she's a divorced single mom.
No shit.
That's hilarious.
I think the client list is about to get a spike too.
Yeah, no shit. Dylan's already like, what?
Is that on Prime?
What
Is that on
streaming
Prime?
service is that shit on?
Yeah.
I know what you fuckers do.
Especially Robbie. It still makes me sick. Oh my god. Hola. But yeah, man. I'm glad you liked it, man.
Yeah, I'm glad,
I'm
I
glad
got
it
this,
was a
dude.
nice little.
It's
That's a
steel
sweet
book
steel book.
with a slip.
Oh yeah,
the
I thought Evan
Christmas
said
slip.
that there was a slip on it. Is that Mill Creek or is that Sony?
Look at the fucking back there. This is Sony.
Sick, dude.
No, it's Mill Creek. No, it's Mill Creek.
Wow,
Yeah, it
I've
is.
never seen Mill Creek do that. Mill Creek does a lot of those like VHS type slips.
Yeah, I've seen those. I have the Happy Birthday to Me and the When a Stranger Calls.
I got these too.
Yeah.
And I have,
Oh, they got
think
they
I
did
have-
beer. That's awesome as fuck.
yeah. And
No,
the
dude.
fan.
So like I was like, this is
And
crazy.
my,
A steel
the
book
Crow.
with a slip. I've never seen it. Then I realized, no, I already have a steel book with a slip. The Kindred, which I bought to cover
Oh,
here
yeah.
on DHS. And you know what, Dylan?
I
we
still
never
haven't
covered
watched it.
Me
I still
neither.
haven't watched it.
We've owned this movie for 5 years.
Yeah,
We bought this shit. We
Yeah.
paid way too much for it. Probably.
way too much. Way
Because
too
it was
much.
like a steel book with a slip. We were like, I don't know.
Yeah, limited to 1,000. Limited to 1,000. It's got to be fucking awesome. I was hearing good things about it.
You should add that to the Horror Fest lineup, Dylan, because like we should finally fucking do that. We
Yeah,
should
we
justify
gotta
that purchase, that impulse buy we did 5.
I know.
I mean, we may
I
have even
still
both bought
haven't
that on the
watched it.
fucking- I used to buy so many movies live on Dylan's Horror
Yeah.
Show. I'd get like drunk as shit and be like, wait, how much?
Yeah.
Purchase. It's kind of what happened here 2 weeks ago with this one.
Yeah. You're like, not being on DHS has saved me so much money.
Yeah, man.
But, then you wouldn't have relived your great memories of I know
I
what
love
you
it.
did last summer.
It's going to be now in a rotation. 4th of July. Now I got this. Now I remember that Jaws is in fact
Yeah.
a 4th of July movie. So
Yeah.
I have more
Those are
than
the
just
two big
Uncle
ones.
Sam Wants You Dead. So thank you for that, Dylan. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got
This would be
Uncle
a
Sam.
different show.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Mabel
Uncle
wouldn't
Sam.
be here. We'd be
Yeah.
we'd be done already.
We would be. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, Uncle Sam is not a good one. Where's
Evan remembers
two
the
gunning?
Paranormal Activity box set, dude. Yep, I got fucking. I was
Yeah,
blitzed out of my mind. I bought a Paranormal Activity box
I
set.
remember I showed you that, and you were like the only one because everyone else on stream was just like paranormal. That fucking sucks. I wouldn't buy a box set of that.
Yeah.
I think also too, like you could they had like a 6 movie just like collection where like compressed, and that was like $10, and they were like, I would just get that, and I was
Well,
like,
this one
dude,
made
this
the
box set
hand,
yeah, you were like, the hand is so sick, I gotta have it.
bro.
Yeah,
And
that
you know
box
what?
set is
Jokes on
sick,
all
dude.
those people because the very next year we did the franchise review on fucking PCP for Horror Fest to kick it all off.
I
And
guess
honestly,
fucking
there's some good movies in that franchise, man. 1, 3, 5, and the last one are actually pretty good, I would say.
I guess the Purge election day is also around 4th of July, maybe.
Well, the king, of course, 4th of July horror movies is Return of the Living Dead.
Return
Even
of
though
the
it's,
Living
it's
Dead, yeah.
technically July 3rd, but it goes overnight,
Yeah.
right? So
Right.
I would say because to me it was always Jaws and I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then when you said that, I was like, yeah, you're right. Because you kind of like you said, it's July 3rd into that, so you don't really. I always kind of forget that
the
one
fireworks
also
go
is.
off on July 4th when they
Yeah.
nuke the fucking
But
town.
this one, like I would say, like the opening of I Know What You Did Last Summer has fireworks. So
Oh,
this is like one of the in your face 4th of July ones to
Oh.
me.
Evan called you out, bro. Evan called you out.
Did he?
No, Bloodsucking Freaks was sent to me by Scarpad. I did not buy that one.
No, yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah, I did not buy that one, my friend. That one was sent to me from Scarpan. He sent me that one. He sent me a Burial Ground. Was that the name of that movie?
Yeah, that movie. I'm sorry, bro, but I
mean,
can't.
Street Trash.
I love that.
Really, really appreciate because Street Trash is the shit.
Street Trash is incredible, but I'm sorry. I love Burial Ground. I love Burial Ground.
See,
that
even
movie
Two Gun was
good.
influenced by that rash decision I made that night on DHS to buy that Paranormal Activity fucking thing. He's like, I had to watch all them bitches too. It was the first time I watched every sequel. Like, I had only ever seen the first one, Dylan. Why did I buy a fucking box set?
Yeah. When you watch them in order, especially the first 3, like, but they all like kind of tie into each other in a way, except for like the next of kin one. So it's not bad, but they are what they are. But those movies made such an impact on horror at the time. Like
I think it's a
Blair
very
Witch and Paranormal.
We
Exactly.
underlook Paranormal Activity because we usually get wrapped up in the post Saw aspect of horror from that era.
Exactly.
And we forget about that. But it does tie into the same aspect, man, because post Saw, post Hostel, this is a post 9/11 horror wave.
Isn't it?
And Paranormal Activity being about surveillance, right?
Isn't it also post Blair Witch?
Oh yeah, because Blair Witch is 98, right?
Yeah.
So like, it's post Blair Witch and found footage. Like Paranormal Activity, I think Paranormal Activity is a more effective movie than Blair Witch. Honestly, that first one is actually rather genius.
Yeah, I saw. You know what it is too? I mean, I'm only speaking for myself, but I'm pretty sure there's people that feel like me. When you see the groundbreaking movie and then you see all the shit that comes after, it just, I don't know. I kind of like, maybe I was in my snobby phase. I kind of lift my nose at it. Not, and that's back then. Now I watch it because I know I missed it, right? Like I watched Paranormal Activity in the theater, but that's all I kind of needed. I didn't go back for 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever.
Yeah, me neither.
You know what I mean? The
same thing. I remember, dude, Paranormal Activity.
I would have been the same. I would have been the same. I was snobby about him too.
Dude, Delaney didn't sleep for weeks after watching Paranormal Activity. And he was all fucked up about watching them again, dude. He really was. It was so funny, dude. Certain things get people, man. Like Delaney's one of those people with seeing somebody getting fucked with while they're sleeping.
Yeah.
That's a terrifying thought.
The ones like Blair Witch or even like The Conjuring, like that where people think like this could be real, like especially because Conjuring is based off of like real people and all that, where it's like ghost or demonic stuff, or you know what I mean, like or Paranormal Activity was a huge thing, and Blair Witch, where they really tried to like Cannibal Holocaust, where they tried to make you believe that these people were real, like that the actors weren't doing press for all this. Like they tried to they would make these people sign contracts and be like, you have to be like, stay in the house for the next 2 months or 3 months. We want you, like, we want people to think that this is real found footage, especially with like Blair Witch. I mean, Cannibal Holocaust, the fucking Diodato went to jail for like a couple days.
He was on
going
trial.
through
He had to bring
he was
the
on
actors back to
trial.
prove he didn't kill these motherfuckers.
Exactly. So that was like a big thing. And yeah, I mean, I felt the same. Like, we're Paranormal Activity. I was in like, what was that, around Saw and Hostel. So I was like, this is fucking weak. But then I was snobby about it, and I always thought, but you got to give it its credit because it started Blumhouse. As much as we hate Blumhouse movies, the movie was made for 10 grand.
When I first watched Obsession and I saw that Blumhouse logo come out, I was like, oh oh no. Ooh. But they proved me wrong. But
they did it again.
What's crazy though is when you look in hindsight and you get to see these waves of horror. Right, we've talked about it all the time. Like, how did the Great Depression affect the horror films that came after? How did the nuclear threat, Vietnam, like the Reagan era, all this bullshit we talk about all the time, man. And we always talk about Saw and Hostel and the torture porn era, but like you have to have a paranormal part of that too. And like I never really thought of it until recently.
Without paranormal, Eli doesn't want to step up the game. Yeah.
But the thing is that Paranormal Activity is even tied into shit like Saw and stuff, because in a post 9/11 world, it's all about surveillance. It's all about everybody being on the internet. Like you can film yourself now, like things like that, right? And it's a real huge precursor to where we are today, I believe.
Yeah. It's just you have these tent poles, and I don't know. I when I see people copy too much, it just gives me a turn off. Even within its own franchise, right? Like, 'cause I saw 1, 2, maybe 3, and then I was like, okay, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? We keep going. But like, hey, like a movie like Final Destination.
I love Saw.
I loved Final Destination when that shit first came out. The first
one.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And then it's like, oh, what are we doing here? Like, kept going and going.
I would love to visit that franchise. I think I've only ever seen the first 2.
I love the first. I love the first 3. 4 and 5 are not good, but 1, 2, and 3 I loved as a kid or as a young buck.
Well, that's how it is with these horror franchises.
I loved Bloodlines. I loved the recent Bloodlines. I thought was really good too. I was surprised because they shit the bed with 4 and 5. So
yeah, I'm really thinking
Bloodlines was good.
I'm thinking about next year for Horror Fest doing the Howling franchise and Final Destination.
Dude, I just bought.
You're running low on franchises.
I just bought the Howling 3 because I was kind of one of these guys I watched.
Dude,
he was kind of doing it. Yeah.
Did you get it on Blu-ray?
Yeah, it's a Shout Factory. It's an out-of-print Shout Factory.
Yeah.
I was
Those
watching
movies
a
are
guy.
getting harder to find, man.
Yeah. I still because I have like a Region B Howling 2 that Scarpad sent me because he got the Vinegar Syndrome 4K, but I really want to get the this is for Howling 2. It's like a German
very cool
book. It's still cool. I was super happy because I don't own this in any ways. But now that I got
the
this
marsupials, man. The kangaroo werewolves.
Now that I got Howling 3, and this is a Shout Factory too, which is cool. It's actually got a 4K scan. I want to get Howling 2 because Howling 2 got a Vinegar Syndrome 4K, but before that, Shout had did a Blu-ray, and it was like super rare and hard to get. And now I think it might be a little easier to get now that Vinegar.
Didn't Arrow do one in like Europe?
I think I think they did a Region B one, which I could probably get that one too. But now that because I have a huge Shout Factory collection, like behind me, like literally, like I have like almost an entire shelf of Shout Factory. As much as they've gone downhill, since they got into 4K, they did some of. I mean, they got me like into boutique. Shout Factory got me into boutique. So
very important, man. A lot of people have taken on that legacy now, but like,
Arrow's like my favorite now.
Without Vinegar Syndrome, without Arrow, without Kino, without all Vestron, even, they've kind of like, they've kind of, without this shit, you're done. Because like Sony just did the announcement, no more physical releases on games. Do you think that movies are far behind?
I know.
Like that. There's like
no. Movies were already on the outs with physical media decades ago.
Exactly.
It's the
Games is
boutique.
really.
It's the
Yeah.
boutique that kept it alive. No, it's gonna happen to video games too. They're gonna
Oh
license
no,
it
that's
out.
what I was saying.
Oh,
I
you think
thought
other
people-
people
the
will start
video.
licensing
Yeah,
physical
they already have a
games?
few companies now. There's a company called Limited Run that puts out
Oh
physical copies
yeah,
of out
didn't
of
they
print
do?
games. Yeah,
Didn't they do that like for your Nintendo, like with that Phantom
Switch,
Menace or those couple Switch
the Knights of
Star
the Old
Wars
Republic. Yeah,
Knights of the Old Republic? Yeah,
yeah,
those were.
Limited.
Because I
Yeah,
remember when you showed those, I was like, where the fuck did those come? You're like,
yeah,
oh, is this company that? I was like, what the
yeah.
fuck? I didn't
You're
know
gonna
about
see the
that.
rise of video game boutique now, because
Yeah.
physical
Oh, yeah,
media.
that's
Well,
cool.
there's too many of us. We're
No.
collectors
Yeah.
and we love our shit. And there's a market out there. You just gotta learn how to tap
Of
into that
course.
market.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here's
There's
the
even
thing.
people
It's
trying
just
to
like
make
it's just like we
VHS
talk about
players
with
now.
these horror movies, right? Like Obsession is such a big success story because they didn't spend $300 million making the fucking movie, right?
Exactly.
And this movie's now made. Obsession has now made more than Sinners made last year. So
Mm.
Dude,
Obsession is a
yeah.
true fucking phenomenon right now.
Yeah,
It's
shit.
already it's
It's at like
outpaced
four
Back Row.
400 million or
It
something.
might be the biggest fucking horror movie of the year when it's
Yeah.
all said and done. And I
It
think it might be
just-
the best film of the fucking year.
It's still in
It's all-
theaters. It just dropped on digital, and the fucking 4K is coming out July 14th. Like they're like rushing because they're like, we're making all this money. Let's not, because a lot of times we wouldn't get the 4K for like 4 more months,
I
especially
feel
like
like they should have held off on that 4K a little bit because
Maybe, yeah.
it's still booming. But the thing is,
Yeah.
they're looking and they're seeing Spider-Man's about to drop,
Yeah.
yeah,
the Odyssey's about to drop,
right.
so they see some
Hey,
actual movies that people will go see.
Yeah.
So
I'd be buying it. I think it was coming out of theaters no matter what. I do think though, you're right. They may, even if taking it out of theaters, they should have just kept it on digital.
don't worry, bro. They're going to release an unrated cut probably around
That
October
too.
and make
That
like
too.
another $200 million. It's gonna be
That all
fine.
because, and you know what? I saw a leak. I saw the Cooper guy show the 4K, and I didn't see an unrated cut on there. So I think they're gonna do a separate unrated
Yeah, I think they're
like
holding on to
4K.
Yeah, they're holding on. To
I would
that.
say, did you see that they finally are doing a release for Barbarian?
Yes. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
very excited for that, dude.
Did you pre-order a copy?
No.
Oh,
Is
dude,
it a
it's
limited
sold
thing
out.
though, right? Is it already sold out?
No, it's showing. I don't know, dude. I ordered a copy. Evan was like, "It's on Walmart right now." I go because I was like, Walmart charges you like that. So I was like, I'm gonna wait because it's not coming out for a few months. I was like, I'll wait for Amazon. 2 minutes later, he's like, it's sold out on Walmart. I was like, what the fuck? And then he's like, we got to be on point with it on Amazon. We both pre-order a copy on Amazon. And then he's like, it's sold out. And I was like, he's like, thank God we got it. But I wouldn't doubt it comes back again. And I'll keep an eye out. So when it does,
It may
I'll
come back
send you a
again.
link.
And honestly, there's a European release too. You can snatch up. So
Yeah, I guarantee I haven't heard anything about a print run. I
because
guarantee
this is
it'll
a
come
steel
back.
book. Yeah, it's already fucking
Yeah.
sold out on goddamn Amazon. Son of a bitch.
But you also gotta think, boutique like Diabolic or Orbit, they probably will get it as well. So I'll keep a look at them. As soon as I find a place, I'll send it to you. Because it's gonna have a 4K
please
and
do.
Blu-ray.
Fuck, dude, I'm so stupid. I was like, yeah, I'll just get that when it comes out.
You would
I'll
think,
just get it.
that's what I'm saying. But once we saw that on Walmart, we were like, holy shit, we gotta be on point with this. And I couldn't believe that. But we kind of had a feeling because we knew. So I think there's a lot of hype, but I think that's not like, there's going to be more. They're going to just have to make more, obviously, because they're probably thinking like, oh, like, it's like, dude, this is the guy who brought us
eventually
weapons.
some
Like, people have been
boutique
waiting for this.
Some boutique label is going to do an amazing release of Barbarian and weapons.
Yeah,
And like, you know
I'll
what
buy
I'm
it
saying?
all.
So,
I'll buy it all too. So, but yeah, I'll keep an eye out. Once they restock it, I'll send it to you.
Just make sure what you do is that you stock up on DVD players. Buy more than one. Buy one, keep it in the box, stuff like that, because that is not going to be in rotation like that.
Dude, that's why I'm trying to stock up on VHS players and
Yeah.
CRT TVs.
Yeah.
I heard there's a company trying to like figure a way to start recreating VHSs or CRTs. I found a website who was trying to recreate CRTs, but they wanted like $400. It was like, get the fuck out of
They're
here.
gonna you're gonna have a company that will produce them, but they will be at a
Insane,
cost. Yeah, like
Yeah.
$500 for a fucking DVD player or something
Yeah.
like that. When you know they were
I
like
got-
$50 at one point.
Yeah, DVDs are still pretty. Yeah, I'd say you can get
Mhm.
DVDs pretty decent, but it's the 4Ks too because only one company I want to say makes 4Ks now. I think LG and Sony used to, and I think maybe just Sony does now, unless they both make them still. But yeah, you
Yeah, I
can't.
got a PS5 with a disc drive, and
Yeah,
that plays anything, right? That plays
yeah,
DVD, Blu-ray,
yep,
4K, whatever. I'm never getting rid of that thing.
yeah.
That thing stay
No,
with me forever.
because because I was gonna say, because now they're gonna start making fucking PS6 or PS6s are gonna have no disc drive because they'll be like,
Like,
why? Why?
yeah.
Well, we don't need it.
Mhm.
They might try to say maybe if you're lucky, like remember they did the separate disc drive. Maybe they'll do that if like they know fans are begging for it, but they'll be like, why? You guys
Yeah.
don't need it. We're not making games, but it's like, well, motherfucker, people like to
Well,
watch movies in there too.
at the cost of what computing devices are costing now, because they went up drastically because of the shortage and shit like that.
Yeah.
They cannot afford to make a disc drive and sell it to the public at a decent price, right?
Yeah.
That's the dilemma they're facing now. They're like, how do we bring a PlayStation 6 in a world where this thing might cost $900?
Yeah.
Who's gonna buy that, right? Like a lot of people are pressed for money. They're already happy with their PlayStation 5 in a lot of ways.
Why are video games done as a streaming type thing now? Like, I mean, like, don't they do that with like, is it Steam? Is that what it's called?
Steam,
like,
yeah.
Like, is that the future? Like, you just go on to like the Sony PlayStation app and you buy games. And
yeah. Well, it's like your
right?
phone, right? That's what your phone does. Your phone has no physical media.
Yeah.
And you can
I was
play games
saying
on it. Yeah, that's
digital games
the
are usually
model
cheaper.
that's the model that kind of was foretelling the future. When Apple came out with the iPhone and stuff like that, that was where shit was headed.
Yeah.
Right? Because the music with the iPod,
is what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Like,
nobody wants to pop a CD in or a game in when you can just load it right up.
So it's going to be a thing like there's going to be like a PlayStation app, an Xbox app or whatever, and you buy the games, but you also have to pay a monthly service probably, right?
Yeah, maybe.
And they'll probably keep increasing the monthly service annually like they do with Netflix and all that shit. So eventually you're going to be paying you're going to be paying $25 a month to have access to where you buy games to play.
Right. That's pretty much like what they're doing
you will
with
no longer
Game
have
Pass.
access to those things.
That's just like Xbox Game Pass or PlayStation Plus because they give you access
like the
to all
Sega
those
channel.
games.
The Sega channel, man. Just
yeah. So anyway, hold on to your media playing devices. That's what you want to do right now, because
the devices. Because some, you see people trying to sell refurbished VCRs for like $200.
Yeah, it's
online.
fucking ridiculous.
Blu-ray
I won't
players,
do it.
Like I never bought a 4K player. They're getting expensive as fuck now because people are stopping making them.
Yeah, because me and that's what I was just saying when you walked away. Because I think only one company makes them now. I think it's either Sony or LG. No other companies make them.
So I gotta get a 4K fucking player ASAP.
I want a region free 4K because I'm sick of having the region free Blu-ray and then I got the 4K and
That's
it's
what
I just want to get.
I was holding
but they're
out
like $400.
I was holding out for region free too, but they're hitting that $400 to $500 range.
And me and Evan we could have got one a couple of years ago for like $200. Now they're like almost $400. And the thing is,
honestly, 4K region free format. However, the Blu-rays, some of our Blu-rays we have are like in other regions, but at least I have a region free Blu-ray player. But the thing is, like you said, when that goes out, man, what the fuck happened?
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm very good because I have.
And those were affordable back then. Those were only like $90 back in the day when we got ours.
We have a big vintage media like community in my town, so we have multiple shops that sell VHS and shit like that. So they sell refurbished VCRs for like $20, $30, $40. Yeah. So. And because there's a handful of people in my community that run little local shops because I have a very artsy community. So you can get certain spaces cheaper that you can open on the weekends and shit like that, and art houses and stuff like that. And so we have like there's KBS VHS, there's Big Mix Vintage Video, And like, I mean, my buddy David runs Big Mix, and he was just posting today. Yeah, I'm open. I got a CRT available. I got 2 VCRs available. They work. They're tested.
There's people
Yeah.
who collect
No way.
CRTs. I know a guy that I did a show with a few months ago named Zombie Joe. If you look at his background, it's CRTs stacked on CRTs. Like he actually like collects them.
That's what I want, dude.
Yeah,
the guy who I
CRT
bought
one
mine
time.
from.
That's the Max Headroom shit, man. I love it.
I had a CRT back in the days that was because CRTs, because of the technology, you can't make them bigger than 40 inches, right? Because of the technology. I had one. I had one of the last CRTs was a 40-inch 1080p.
That motherfucker was heavy.
Yeah, it was
like heavy. Pounds, yeah.
And I let it go. I don't know how I let it go.
But I know.
I'm always nostalgic for that TV. I'm always like want to get it back. So I looked it up one day. They want over $1,000 for that model, bro.
Crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
There's certain things, man. There's certain things. Yep. There's some of those rear projection big screens that like use the 3 lights to make the fucking image.
Yeah.
Some of that shit's very efficient.
Yeah.
And my dumbass
3D
keeps looking
TVs.
into Laserdisc.
Yeah. Dude, those are the hardest because I know guys that like they every time they get players, they just crap out. Those are the hardest to find. Those are harder than VHS and all that. Those are tough. But the Laserdisc, they just don't last.
He has a huge Laserdisc collection. And he's got a couple players, but he's like
I never got in the Laserdisc.
He does not sell them, man, at all.
Laserdisc is so cool. I always wanted to get into it, but it was just, dude, the players are so hard to find, and I'd be too scared to put up $250 in.
I just want to have a couple Laserdiscs in the collection.
Well, you know what
like, I feel like I have to own Blade Runner. I feel.
Yeah.
You know,
the ones you're gonna want are gonna cost so much.
I know.
Star Trek. The what was the first one?
The motion picture?
The motion picture, yeah.
I got all the Star Treks on VHS except I'm missing the last one, Nemesis. I think. But yeah, like, dude, because the guy who I got mine from, I actually bought 2 of them from him. I bought one and then I bought another one. It's a little smaller because I went with this. I could have went a size bigger than this, but I was like, man, they're so fucking heavy. They take up so much space. So I went with a 13-inch.
Yeah,
I just went with the 13 because I was like, when I first got it, I was watching movies like all the time, just like for real, chilling, watching movies. But then it's like over time, I kind of just throw them on in the background, have some fun. But the 13 is perfect, But he had the same thing where he had like 10. He had 10 CRTs, and he was trying to like record these music videos. He was trying to do all this artsy stuff, and I got 2 of them, and I got them for like 20. I think I got this one for like 40, and the other one I got for like 25. But every time I try to get a VHS, I steal it. I got this dual one, but it sadly I can't get it to turn on. So dude, because I'll just because you never know. I got so many VHS whenever they crap out.
You can go get, like, especially for you 4K guys. You can go get a refurbished PlayStation 4, right? Because the 4 plays 4K Blu-rays.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It
plays DVDs and CDs and it probably has the latest drivers too for that, right? Because once you connect, it downloads all the drivers for everything.
Yeah,
find one of those
and everything.
And you hold on to it. Hold on to it.
Yeah,
that's a good idea, man.
Yeah.
My first Blu-ray player was a PS3, man. That was my first Blu-ray player. It was the cheapest Blu-ray player at the time.
That was mine too, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because before that I just had DVDs.
That was a big selling point, man. You remember the PS2, a big selling point was that it's also a DVD player.
Yep.
Yeah.
What?
That's because Sony
that was my first DVD player was an Xbox.
Sony
my first DVD.
Format, so that was their like in.
Yeah, you're right.
They could sell it cheaper than anybody else.
Yeah.
That was my first DVD player, was my Xbox.
Yeah, and Sony did Blu-ray. That was their their format. Because,
remember HD DVD?
HD DVD, which some would argue was the superior format, but I would say not necessarily. But
there's people that collect those, but I don't think you can do anything with them unless you have.
It's easy to collect HD DVDs. There's only 30 of them.
Yeah, but I don't think you can watch them on anything.
People
But
collect the PSP movies. Remember the PSP?
Yes.
yeah,
They
I had a
collect
couple.
those, yeah.
I just seen someone show, I think it was Evil Dead 1 and 2 on PSP, and I was like, that's
Yeah.
fucking sick, dude. PSP was my shit. I wish I could
I
find
had a
my
few movies
PSP.
for mine. I had a
I
couple
did
movies for
too.
mine.
I
Yeah.
did too. I had
Bruh.
Blade. I remember I had Blade. That was the one
I
I
got
can
a
for sure
homie.
remember.
I got a homie who collects mini discs because he thought that was a
Mini.
superior audio format to CD, you know, right?
Ah.
And it was, and like, so he has like a collection of it. He's got mini disc players and shit like that. He still listens to them. All right, bro.
No way.
I got Spotify on my phone.
Right.
That's just me, man.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, if I didn't have so many VHS too, and it's for the horror, you know, I love the horror movies on VHS. And there's a lot of shit I have on VHS that never like I have these Stephen King Night Shift short stories. There's quite a few things I have that never went to DVD at all. So it's cool to have stuff like that, you know. And VHS is huge right now. Like Two Guns always on Whatnot, and he's like, dude, the prices just keep going up and up.
Yeah.
But you know, every now and then you go on like Facebook Marketplace, you can find somebody just trying to get rid of their shit because they don't
Go
fucking
to a
know
flea
this
market,
shit.
dude. Go to a flea market. You're good.
That's, I mean, that the guy who I knew, like,
Yeah.
he knew that this shit is popular, and he still gave me a good price, you know, because it's like nobody wants to ship. Like, if you're gonna
Go to
get the
thrift stores too, man.
$200, that's
Yeah.
gonna be on eBay. Because I see
There's
people
so many,
on
there's so many
Marketplace
people
selling.
that it's unfortunate to say there's so many people that die
Yeah.
that they do estate sales, but like outside of that, a lot of them will just like be like, come just take this shit and just winds up
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
like thrift stores and shit like
This
that. That
one
being
guy I
said,
watched.
Two Gun finds the best fucking VHSs.
He
The
does.
best VHSs in my
does.
collection come from Two Gun. I got
Mine too.
the only Argento VHSs I've gotten because of Two Gun, and I can't
Yeah.
believe it. Like that I have a
Yeah.
deep red on VHS.
I know.
Like,
I was telling him, I was like, dude, I don't have any Italian movies. Surprisingly, I gotta fucking find a couple because dude, that's like his go-to is Italian. He loves finding
I know
Italian
that's
on
why I love him
VHS.
so much, man. That's
He's
my
got
dude, man.
He's got some good ones. He's got Cemetery Man. He loves like looking for the Anchor Bay DVDs. Like, dude, and every time he'll be like, no, I haven't seen that. He's like, but I'll keep an eye out. And every time he's like, we put it into the atmosphere, and he's like, oh, I found it. He'll send me a picture. He finds
Yep.
these things for the greatest deals too.
Look what he
He's
got
always-
me like not
He's
too
just
long
so
ago.
patient. Oh hell yeah.
The documentary.
Two Gun's not like us where we're like, we gotta have it, and then we jump on the movie. Like, I don't care if I gotta pay an extra 20. Like Two Gun, he's like, nah, I'll wait. You know what I mean? And then he finds it for cheap.
You
Like,
saw what he
he's
said about
super
Barbarian.
patient.
He's like, they'll print more. Just wait.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just wait. This is the Steelbook release, man. Just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait.
They're gonna do a slip version.
Or they're
Yeah.
gonna do another version, and it's gonna be on sale during October. In fact, it's July, and all of us horror fans need to fucking slow
Yeah.
down because we know they do the horror sales in October and
Mhm.
September. So
Exactly.
And then you're gonna see the real snobs be like, oh, but do you have a first print run DVD versus what you have is the sixth print.
yeah, and that's when I go suck a dick.
Yeah, I had Scarf had sent me that fucking Western show that Bruce Campbell was in, and
Briscoe
those had
County
disc rot.
Jr..
Briscoe. Yeah, I never got to watch it because the discs had disc rot. But I've
Yeah,
never
it
I've
does
never
happen.
had that. I think I hear it mostly. I think because that was a Warner Brothers show. I think a lot like that's
It's
where
the
I hear
Warner
it
Brothers
the most.
DVDs, I know, and then like for Blu-rays, there's some MGM Lionsgate ones. Like
Yeah.
I think my Monster Squad is like that because it will not play anymore, man.
Really,
But the
I
real
ended
way
up
is you
upgrading.
look at it and you can kind of tell on the
Yeah.
underside of the disc.
Yeah.
Kino did a Blu-ray or 4K upgrade. I would recommend just snagging that.
Yeah, I
Kino
should
did a
because
great-
honestly, we did Monster Squad last year for Horror Fest. And
Yeah,
I went to watch it and I was like, why is this shit not working? I went to
Damn.
the other TV. The
that
other
was
Blu-ray player.
a rare.
Why is this shit not fucking working?
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck? I had to rent this shit on fucking Amazon.
yeah.
Well, the best
sucks.
thing, my favorite thing, like from that era, is that where they would come out with the DVD, the Blu-ray, and the code, the
Yeah,
digital in the same box.
yeah.
I
Yep.
love when they do that shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's why I
and
love
the
a lot of the 4K releases will just be like, there's a Blu-ray in there. Fuck it.
Yeah.
mhm.
Now though, a lot of companies are stopping doing that, especially
know.
especially a lot of the boots like Arrow. It's just that's why I love Shout and Kino, because Shout and Kino, they still, if you get the 4K, it's got 4K Blu-ray. Kino does 4K Blu-ray,
More
but
people have
most of the
Blu-ray.
companies, it's just
More people have Blu-ray capability than 4K capability as far as
exactly,
player.
yeah.
So,
But that Monster Squad, it also comes with Wolfman's Got Nards documentary. So
Yeah.
that Kino set's fucking
I want to get
stacked.
that. I've been looking at that. I've been eyeing it. So
Yeah. Yeah, that fucking that MGM one you had too was a super rare one until
yeah, and I'll still
came
keep it.
out.
You know, I'll still keep it because I have a lot of memories attached. In fact, my movie stop receipt's still in there on that one. You know, so
No way, that's funny.
yeah,
That's funny.
I got that shit for $5 with a 50% employee discount.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Were we talking about it? I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Yeah, what are
finish
we
that?
rating?
What
What are we rating?
What a
Yeah.
tangent that was. We went for an
Yeah.
hour about
About
fucking,
physical media.
well, it is called Dylan's Horror Show.
Yeah.
Had to grab the
See,
Blu-ray
that's
pre-order.
where
It's a bit
Dylan should clip
pricey.
out things and be like, yo, physical media conversation. Clip that out.
Yeah.
Put it up, Dylan.
Right. I was trying to do it on my phone because I wanted to do the shorts with that thing we were talking about, but it was too much of a pain to try to do it. Plus I fucked up and did the custom instead of the 60-second. So I did the custom frame time. So like all of them were like a minute and a half. And I was like, fuck, dude, I'm not editing these on my phone. So I was like, I'll just do it on my laptop. And then I was like, oh, they only last 2 days or something. All right. Cause I think that one website you showed me, and then I found another one. And the other one I found, it only keeps the clips for like 3 days. And I was like, fuck, I ended up working all week and I
It's
completely
better if
forgot.
you pay for it. Honestly. The
You
Opus
pay
Clips
for it?
one, for Opus Clips, I pay for it and I keep forgetting that I do. And I don't utilize it because I don't release a lot of shorts. But StreamYard put some good shorts together too. I actually just put some good shorts together from our
oh, it does? I was
monthly
wondering
comic.
about
Yeah,
that.
I would say if I paid for StreamYard, I would utilize it, but
So
I
I
think
could
you
do
got to
it
pay
even-
for it.
I can do it well after the show is ended because I want to do one for our last show.
You
And
talking
it
about
asked
generating them from StreamYard?
generating them, yeah. Because
Yes,
it asked
yes,
me
yes.
if I wanted
I
to.
As
thought-
long
I
as
thought
it's still in
StreamYard
there,
just generates it themselves.
it will. But like even if as long as it's still loaded into StreamYard, because you know how you have to go in and delete them, right?
Yeah.
Because you hit your 50 hours or whatever the fuck.
Right.
But like you can go in and anything that's still there, you can generate clips from. It will generate 6, right? And if you don't like them, you can generate again, but you only have 6 generations a month.
Oh.
So you can only do it 6 times a month or something like that.
Okay.
If you do the pay, which is
Right.
ridiculous. How it's like $50 or whatever for StreamYard, but
Yeah. How
they have
long
at
are
least
the
added
clips?
some features, I guess. So
How long are the clips usually?
they range from like 30 seconds to like a minute and a half, 2.5 minutes, something like that.
Okay. I gotta look at. I gotta because
And there's supposed to be a thing where you
can
can say clip it or whatever, but I haven't gotten that to work yet. Like if you're on a live stream
right.
and you like, oh, that was really good, you could say like clip it,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to recognize that when it does them.
Yeah.
But I didn't get that to work on a few
I'm gonna-
tries on my last videos. So
I'm gonna try it out. Yeah. How many slips are we giving this thing?
yeah, I
I
think we
see
kind of
Orbit
talked
as
about the
that
movie,
fucking
right?
Barbarian. Yeah, no, we did. I say it because it's an old. I see Barbarian, or there's a Barbarian 4K on Orbit, but I think it's the UK one. So it's a Region B Blu-ray.
I'll get Barbarian when I need it.
Yeah.
I was just trying to look for you. It was weird on Orbit. It shows pre-orders closed, and I'm like, what the fuck? I want to make sure you get that
They
because I know
sold
you're
out
a
of that
Zach
print run.
Krager
is
fan
what
like
happened,
me.
man. They sold out of that.
They probably
print run.
they got to make another print run. But I didn't even know they were doing. And bro, but the only thing that scares me is because look at who it's under.
Yeah, I know. That's why that's the fucked up thing. Because like for a long time it was available to stream on
We'll
Disney
make
Plus in
1,000.
the UK, right? So yeah, Disney's
Fucking
not.
Krager won't shut
somebody
the
will pick
fuck
it up.
up.
Somebody
Krager
will-
won't shut the fuck up about a physical release. We'll give him 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
Nobody wants it anyways. We this
And you know
Krager
what?
makes
I'm
us
gonna
so
be
much
honest with
money, we'll
you.
give it to him.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Just like there's like there's bootleg artist editions, there's bootleg omnibuses
Yeah,
of comics and shit like
yeah,
that. People do really good bootleg
yeah,
Blu-rays.
Oh yeah.
Just
yeah.
so
You
y'all
could.
know. I
I
don't
was
know if
gonna
you're
say,
aware.
yeah. No,
So,
yeah,
but
yeah.
they do.
Because I
So
was gonna say, because I've been wanting to get the Goosebumps complete series, because that never got like that's never even gotten like a complete DVD set, and I love the old Goosebumps show. That shit was my
yeah,
jam
just
growing
do
up.
your research on who you buy it from, because like some
Yeah,
people do a really good job and some people are
yeah,
just some bullshit, you know. But like some
yeah,
people like do really good bootleg
yeah.
versions of releasing
There's
it.
some people that actually have, like, like they work, or they have, they must have like a degree in like software. The one guy I know, like I think he's like an actual like software editor. So he like, and he creates like his own cuts, because Scarp had bought a couple, and it was like the Evil Dead cut, where it was like all three Evil Deads cut together, and they were simultaneous. So like you would never thought. And then he did like a Halloween one where it was like Halloween 1 and 2 cut together perfectly. And you would have never thought. You would have never thought like they look perfect. So yeah, there's some people that know what they're doing. So yeah, like you said, you just gotta, make sure you get from the right person. But I know what you did last summer. I'm gonna rate it. And anybody in the chat, I know if you've seen, I know what you did last summer, 1997 version. Let me know in the chat what your rating is. My rating's gonna be a little higher, because just for nostalgia too, because I fucking love this. I am more of a Scream fan, obviously. I love Scream. Obviously, it's got more meat on the bones because we've gotten 7 sequels, obviously. But I think um, they did 2 great movies. 2 great movies. I think it's more like a 3.5 in my opinion. But I'm bumping up to like a 4 just because the nostalgia. Because I love it. I know that sounds crazy,
No,
but I love this movie. I love
I
this
don't
movie.
know.
I think
Have you seen
I think 3.
Have you seen Monday Pop Culture Philosophy Movie Night? Have you seen that show?
Yeah, yeah, right, true.
We
Um,
giving some crazy fucking ratings out over there, man.
yeah.
You just wait, man.
So
We got a whole month of Van Damme movies coming up. It's gonna be
yeah.
nuts, man.
Because I think it's like, no, maybe like like overall the movie could be like a 3.25, 3.5. If I'm like being critically, trying to give it a
Yeah.
critical, but it's just got so much nostalgia for me, man.
We
I
have to
grew up
judge each
loving this
movie.
shit.
We got to judge each movie individually from our
Great cast too.
experience, right?
Yeah.
Individually from our experience based on what the movie's trying to do.
Yeah.
So
That's
when
why
somebody gives somebody shit saying you gave Lionheart the same rating that you gave Godfather 2, you know what? Calm down.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a Van Damme rating.
Totally.
But yeah, man, that's why too, like when certain movies, like especially something like this that's old, a little not crazy old, but that I know you guys were around when these came out, so I'd be like, what was your experience with this movie, and like how did you like when Fable saw this in theaters, and yeah, and saw the damn trailer, and he was like, this shit looks a little cheesy. So cheesy that, the Wayans brothers made the fuck fun of this shit, made a whole movie making fun of this shit. But yeah, I'll go 4, man, because it's got such a nostalgic bump for me. And it's one that I can watch every year for the 4th of July, this and Jaws, man. Every year, man, it fails that I can always throw these on. And just for the cast, man, I mean, you got Neve, but to me, Neve Campbell didn't have like the greatest career. Like she did great in Wild Things and The Craft, and she might have done some other things that I'm not as wary of. But we all know Sarah Michelle Gellar had a huge Buffy career. Freddie Prinze even had himself a bit of a career. He ended up even writing for WWE. He was writing for them. So and at the time, these people weren't really well known, but they.
Right, you get half the Scooby Gang in this fucking movie.
Exactly. Because I would say, what was Freddie and Sarah Michelle? Weren't they married maybe for a little?
They are married.
They are married. They're still married.
Yeah.
I say in Hollywood, you never know. You know.
Yeah, true.
So, but yeah.
No,
So
they
I mean,
actually, yeah, they're still married, and this is where they met.
that's awesome. That's that's awesome, man. That's
But
cool.
I don't think they started dating until they were on Scooby Doo set. I think.
Really?
I'm not sure about
Okay.
that. I'm not 100%.
Yeah. But yeah. So, Fable, what's your rating, brother?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't have the nostalgia bump, even though I don't know. There's sort of a nostalgia there. I remember this era more than this movie, right? Like it does call back to the 90s, the late 90s, and kind of where horror movies were at that time. So it does give me that. I think like I said, the mystery kept me involved. It's actually quite well shot too for a lot of the nighttime stuff. I think nighttime stuff looks really good when they were on the beach and stuff. I was like, oh, that's kind of beautiful. So I'm right there with you with your original score without the bump. I'll give it a 3.5. I think it's a solid 3.5. Yeah. Again,
I say
bad guy. That's the only disappointment for me.
Yeah.
Really.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, because like I said, when I saw this originally in the theaters or on Blu-ray, whatever, back in the days, I might have been a little snobby towards it because of Scream and like everything that was coming after Scream. It was just like, oh shit, now here come the copycats. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But with that removed now, 20 some odd years later, I can honestly say it's a decent film. So yeah, 3.5.
Plus, knowing that Kevin Williamson wrote this before
I didn't know
fucking
any of that.
Scream.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that either.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. It was like,
I always thought it was just
legitimate
following
reason
off the
why-
coattails.
Yeah.
I thought Williamson was kind of just like, all right, this worked well, and this isn't this isn't like meta like Scream, but it's still that whodunit,
But
formula.
I almost see how like the writing of this script would lead to him writing Scream.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But it's his style, right? It's his thing. So it makes sense. It's like when we watch Speed on Friday. Jan Dubon is a director that he didn't direct much, but he was a cinematographer, right? Cinematographer on Hunt for Red October, on Die Hard. So it's like, oh yeah, it's in that style, right? Like, so it's a signature. So, but I didn't know that back then, right? Had I known that, I might have been like, oh, this is from the Scream guy. Hell yeah.
If you're good at writing something, why would you be like, no, I'm gonna go do this random shit that I never done before? You're like, hey, I'm gonna fucking keep drying the well out,
Also the creator of Dawson's Creek, which debuted in 1998.
Yes.
Right. And in this movie, it takes place at like Dawson's Bluff or Dawson's Beach, or something, which is in the same general location. So
that's funny. Yeah,
kind of cooking some. I will say that Kevin Williamson's he usually writes. I was just talking about this last night when we were hanging out for the 4th with some homies. I was like, Kevin Williamson. We were talking about Kevin Smith, and I said Kevin Smith, like Kevin Williamson, writes his characters way smarter than they actually should be, like with their use of vocabulary.
Right.
Not in this one.
Yeah.
That's missing in this one, which I think is a signature of his work in Dawson's Creek and the Scream movies and other things that he's done. Yeah.
So 3.5 from Fable. And Acres asked what would be our favorite character in this. I'm gonna go. She might not be the best. She might have some cheesy lines, but Jennifer Love Hewitt, man, them tits, man. She's just so fine.
No, he's not lying.
I'm just, just at the end, man. I'm just wishing that towel would fall off.
Listen, there was a line.
You know what I'm saying?
When Ryan Philippe was talking about Michelle Gellar's tits, right? He was like, I didn't know they were that ample. Or so some shit like that. And I'm like, look at the chick right next to you, too.
Right.
Yeah, it was Freddie Prinze Jr. that said that. So you're like, no, dude, that's your girlfriend right behind you. I just remember that being a big thing when I was like fucking 16 watching this movie. Like everybody was like, dude, Jennifer Love Hewitt's got some titties, man.
We're such
and you notice I was watching the Dead Meat did an episode about this. I love James A. Janice. And
Yeah.
he was like, at one point he goes, and in the midst of a perfectly framed cleavage shot,
I
because
love
it's so
James.
obvious in the movie that that's what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then at one point he goes, fucking Sarah Michelle Gellar shows up now after her hair's been cut like a backup dancer in a Madonna video when she's got that hat on and that little like fucking
Yeah.
crop top
Oh
thing.
my god. Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
No, they knew how to draw us in.
They
When you
sure
got
did.
those two hotties and they're not getting
Right,
naked,
let's
you
be
gotta
honest, man.
show the goods somehow.
Let's be honest, man. Let's not forget the other side of things. Ryan Philippe,
Yeah.
god damn.
Yeah, I would
And
say,
like,
dude,
they
women
make
love
sure you
both
see
of
it
them.
in this movie,
Yeah.
man. Like,
And
That
women
would
love
probably be
Freddie.
my favorite character in the film is Ryan Philippe, just because he's such
me
a
too.
He's
Barry,
so
Barry
good.
would be
He's so
my
good
favorite.
funny.
Yeah.
asshole. Yeah.
He
Yeah,
goes
but-
to 11.
Yeah.
He survives being
Barry's so fucking
fucking
funny.
car crashed through a goddamn building. You know, he's
Yeah.
like, and he's just like, he's just on
Yeah.
an, he
When-
starts at an 11 and he's never off.
Yeah.
He
He's
never
such
lets
a-
his foot off the gas.
When the
Yeah.
girls show up at his house, he's like, "What are you two doing?" I'm like, "Fuck me."
Do you love that little bit where he's like, "Be quiet, my mom's in there." It's like he doesn't say it, but you can see it. Where he's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking get me grounded again. I'll
"Cut
kill
me off
you.
from my trust fund, bro."
But he's such an asshole in this movie that the Wayans, character that they use to make fun of him, they get when he's doing the workout scene, and then he goes in and he's got the little dick picture, and it's like, we know. They're like, Ryan Philippe was such an asshole, he had to have a little dick. But yeah, Ryan Philippe, he's fucking great, man. Yeah, I was thinking women loved Freddie Prinze and they loved Ryan Philippe, so it's like they had both sides.
World,
They had
Freddie
two
in this
hot,
movie,
yeah.
not so much though. He's very doe-eyed and looks just.
Girls
But
like
yeah,
Freddie,
women,
though.
but girl
They
like
do.
that. I would say girls
like
loved
him,
Freddie
yeah.
back then.
I think it
Girls
was
loved
really
him.
She's All That made him. I think,
Yeah.
right, and because his performance is very wooden in this movie.
He was
He's in another
doe-eyed,
movie that
but
came out.
some women like that. Some
He's in
women
another
like the
movie that came out
doe-eyed.
the same year, maybe the year after, called House of Yes, his Parker Posey film that I absolutely adore. He's wooden in that one too, but he does get better. Like he honestly
Yeah.
does get better, and he becomes a great voice actor. He really does. Like
Yeah,
in
he's a
Star
great
Wars,
voice
man,
actor.
right? So,
Yep. Hell yeah. So what do you rate this, Robbie?
man, I'm right there with Fable.
And
3.5.
favorite character?
Well, my favorite character is Barry. I think Ryan
Barry,
Philippe
okay.
is sexy as shit. I think he's a fucking brilliant actor. I lament his poor decisions that led to his downfall professionally.
Yeah.
But I think there was a time where you could count on a movie with Ryan Philippe. We were talking about this with John on the Speed Show about certain actors that choose the right roles.
Yeah.
And like Keanu was one of those guys, right?
Yeah.
And I mentioned like Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp kind of do the same thing. Like actors that like they pick the right role from them, at least from a certain point onward with Keanu.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
he shouldn't have been in Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, bro. Let's be honest. But
Or shouldn't he have been?
you know what? He should have been
Might
because now
argue- Yeah.
because now we have it, right? But that movie could have been way better without him or Winona Ryder, to be honest with you guys.
True.
Okay.
True.
It could have, that movie doesn't have the true epic quality that it's going for because of their underperformance,
Yeah. 100%.
right?
I agree.
So if you would have actually had two actors there to play Mina and Jonathan that actually had the wherewithal and the ability to
Well, that
really-
match Anthony Hopkins. and
that's what I'm
Gary
saying. You got
Oldman,
Anthony
like,
Hopkins, you got fucking what's his
Gary
name?
Oldman.
Yeah, Gary Oldman, but like,
Yeah.
of course, Gary Oldman. What's the dude though who plays Seward in the fucking film? I can't remember his name. He's the guy who invents the warp drive in Star Trek First Contact.
Oh,
He's in LA Confidential. He's the captain.
Yeah.
He's so good,
Oh,
right? God, I can't remember his name.
damn, yes, I know who you're talking about.
But
I know
that
who you're
guy.
talking about.
Anyway,
That guy.
this movie 3.5 because revisiting it outside of the snobby Robbie, this post Scream. Yeah, okay, of course, when I learned about Italian cinema and I start learning about the history of horror with like shows like Bravo's Top Horror Moments, where you have Eli Roth and you have fucking Sam Raimi. I don't know if he was on that documentary. I'm making shit up now, but like you have like people like that telling you about horror movies, and I'm watching documentaries and I'm learning about this shit, and I'm first finally seeing things. To me, at this time, what horror was to me was Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, the Mummy, like
Right.
Universal horror and the 80s slashers. And then watching Psycho for the first time really blew my mind. And that happened after I watched Scream. So it may have happened after this. In fact, the first time I watched Psycho may have been right before the remake was released. So what's the reason they did that remake? Was so that I watched the original.
Right.
That being
Exactly.
said, it takes me back to that time in my horror history where I still was like open and wide-eyed and loved movies. Like, why have I kept the love of Halloween H2O for so long, but not this
Mhm.
movie, which is the same kind of movie?
First Halloween
H2O
movie
is a
I ever saw
post-Scream
in
movie.
theaters.
Me too. And like now, so what I'm saying is this revisit brought me back to that era of my enthusiasm in getting into horror films as a late stage teenager, right?
Yeah.
And it brought all that back, bro. I want to fucking watch I Still Know What You Did Last Summer now.
Dude,
right?
it's good.
And
I
want
love
to
the
revisit
sequel.
Urban Legend, and I want to
Oh,
revisit.
so good.
I know we revisited Valentine a few
Another
years ago.
great
but, like,
cast. Yeah.
there's certain films from this era now that I want to revisit, man.
The Faculty.
The
The
Faculty. Is one.
Faculty. Oh my God, I love the Faculty.
Everybody I'm associated with has covered that movie except for us, and I've never been on any of those shows, and I've never revisited it. But
Have we never done the Faculty?
I think y'all have
thought
done it, but I don't think I was there. And I think, yeah, and I think you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it.
And
I
I
love
think
it. I
Verno's
just got
done
the.
it. I think
just got
all
the
three of you
4K.
motherfuckers have done it, but I wasn't there for any of them. I don't know.
I
but,
love the Faculty. Well, I'd be down to do it again. We could always do it.
Well, I feel like we got to do that around
I
graduation.
love.
time.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
So anyway, I love Teaching
the
Mrs. Tingle.
Faculty.
That's another Kevin Williamson movie. I fucking love that movie, Acres. Anyway, 3.5, dude, which is higher than I thought I would give it.
Yeah.
But man, me and my girl had so much fun revisiting this movie.
I'm so glad.
And it brought me back to where I was in 1997 as a horror fan, 16 years of age.
So I was like, it could be hit or miss. I was like, you might hate it or you love it.
I take that for granted now, right? The movies that led me to finding out about Dario Argento and Eli Roth. And fucking, you know what I'm saying? And like,
so I know, I exactly know.
These are the movies that shape me, man. These are
these are the movies that made me as a horror fan.
And you know,
right?
like we say, like, yeah, it wasn't so kill heavy, but that's why my mom was comfortable showing me this, like, because she was like, these were good stepping stones, and they still hold up now. You know what I mean? But they were a good step because it wasn't all about just the kills. You know, it was also about the story, you know, and the who done it and all that.
And it's cheesy as fuck today, man. But like back then, it wasn't cheesy. It was scary to people. And dude, let me tell you something. My girl, she don't watch a lot of horror movies. Every little thing got her. I love watching horror movies with her, man. She'll like, and I'm like, oh, this is so fucking cool because she scares me.
That's the best thing.
And like,
you know, in my case, I was exposed to horror very young. Like
me too.
All three of us, man.
Yeah,
right?
Bro, I was like 2 years old, dude. I skipped preschool to go see H2O. That's not, bro. I'll get my fucking mom to co-sign that. I heard my mom and dad were going to see H2O, and I was in preschool. I was like, y'all ain't going without me. I'm skipping.
Your H2Os are my first Halloween, right?
Yeah.
My first Freddy, and I remember those movies coming out distinctly.
Yeah.
We would get them, and so.
But what was the first horror movie you remember seeing in the theater, Fable? I'm curious.
Because
me and you were around the same age. And to me, the first horror movie I remember might be it's Child's Play is the first one.
For me.
It might have been something before. Because I remember, so there were certain movies that were so adult that they scared me, but they weren't necessarily horror movies, if that makes any sense.
No, I get you.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like I saw
I'm trying to think of
Like
one that
Full
got
saw-
me.
Jacket would be one of those movies for me.
I saw Dream Warriors in theaters. Right. So
Legend. Legend terrified me.
Yeah.
But you know, like,
yeah.
would you? I mean, but I that kind of because you know the devil,
you
the
know what I'm trying
goblin,
to
but
say,
you know
yeah.
that's not horror. That's kind of fantasy.
Superman
you know?
3, the ending of Superman 3 is the scariest thing I've ever fucking
Exactly.
seen as a kid.
Like I remember seeing RoboCop, and when they killed Murphy,
Cry.
that was the most realist, intense shit I had ever seen up to that point in my life, and I was genuinely terrified. Like, oh my god,
Dude, me too.
This is crazy.
We rented that shit on VHS.
RoboCop was
we rented that shit on VHS. I remember being so bothered. And you know what? My mom couldn't just turn on cartoons to comfort me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she would have to like, she would try to calm me down with comic books and shit. You know, be like, it's okay.
And it was so freaky, like seeing his like you know like his makeup, like kind of you know the face kind of pulled back to the suit and red.
Right, like I've never seen that much cruelty. Those guys were laughing.
Yes.
Like you know what I mean?
Was dude. Yeah.
And I was just
that
like,
gang was crazy.
What the fuck is this? And I'm looking like maybe this was a mistake because I'm the one who wanted to watch it because it was a robotic. Like that's the coolest thing in the world. But that I was not prepared for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I had seen things earlier than that. Like I said, I saw Dream Warriors. Oh
wow, Dream Warriors in the theater. That's
that would have been sick,
I remember
bro.
when he was like, "Welcome to Hollywood."
What's that movie? 80 Oh, that movie's 87.
Yeah,
right.
So, like when I say H2O,
Child's Play was 88.
my first.
So I'm 7.
Yeah.
At that time, and dude, we're right around the same age, I believe. And like, holy shit, that's the same era. Dude, I wish I would have gotten to see that one. I didn't get to see that one until VHS.
Still haven't even opened them yet.
Dude, nice.
I'm gutter garbs.
Yeah, because that was my mother.
And this is
that was my mom's jam, was horror movies. I remember walking.
Same with my mom.
All three of us is our mothers, man.
Yeah,
all three of us is our mothers. We started early.
My grandpa showed me. My grandpa showed me the Universal monsters, so that's where I got my black and white love. But my mom loved like Bride of Frankenstein, the OG Frankenstein. But the Wolfman is all my grandpa, and like the OG Dracula, he loved OG Frankenstein. He wasn't as much a Bride of Frankenstein. He just loved Boris Karloff and Lon Chaney, all those guys.
I might have seen. I have memories of it, but I can't be 100% like concrete. But I have memories of Fright Night. I have memories of things in that time frame, 85, 86, 87. So whatever was scary at that point, I was almost definitely in the theater for.
Yeah,
that was her thing.
That's awesome.
I wish I could have saw those movies in theaters, but
I remember most of that shit from like VHS rentals, Hellraiser, Fright Night.
Yeah, that's what. See, like H2O like, wasn't the theater first Halloween movie I saw.
The theater experience wasn't common for us for a while.
Yeah.
And so like, until I became a teenager,
I say because it
was around the time of like
too.
Scream, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, where I was like making my own money, and then I eventually got a job at a movie theater. So like.
Yeah,
I was watching movies on my own. And even before that, my homie George, his family, his stepdad Ken, he was a big movie guy. And so what he would do is he would rent these movies from the video store and he would record them extended play on his VHSs. So you could fit 3 movies per VHS. And he had this shit cataloged in books. So you would like look through books and be like, this movie Metro starring Eddie Murphy is on tape 156. And you'd go into this room that was filled with VHS tapes and shit. And we would that's where I started watching all this shit, and we would rent them. I started working at video stores, but like Child's Play was like the first one. And then I remember Addams Family and Batman. And then I don't really remember anything until Jurassic Park and Batman Returns.
That's still 88 to 92. That's
but so like I remember in Flintstones, I remember watching that shit in the fucking theater like a motherfucker because we had a theater right next to the mall, and so I was the oldest.
Scared me too.
Kids. So it was very expensive, even in the early '90s, to take us all out. to McDonald's in a movie.
I would say that's what, because I'm the oldest of 7, so it's the same thing. Like the movies was a treat for us, you know what I mean? But like even like when I say H2O was the first Halloween movie I saw in theaters, I had seen Halloween 1, 2. Like I'd already see, like that's why I was like, you're not going without it, because I loved Michael Myers. So that I was just
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
that was
that
just the first one I got
sentimental-
to see in theaters.
That nostalgic feeling or sentimental feeling that you have for I Know What You Did Last Summer is what I feel for Evil Dead.
Fuck
Because
Right.
Evil Dead was my first.
That's why
horror
Army
movie.
of Darkness
Yeah,
is
I can
my
always
favorite.
remember walking into the living room. My parents are there with their friends, and they have that on the player or whatever. It's on TV. I don't know what they're playing it on. Betamax. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but it's on the TV. And when what's her name? Cheryl, his sister. When she starts guessing the fucking cards, Queen of Spades, Ace of Diamonds.
It was one of the creepiest moments.
Yeah, and then that bitch turns around. I was like, "What the fuck is this? Oh, this is crazy!"
Bro.
I remember that
Fucking
like
nuts.
yesterday.
Dude,
My
I fucking
Jiddu
agree.
actually showed me Army of Darkness, so that's why Army was always my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I remember the first
when Army of Darkness came around. I had to see that. Like that was. I told my mom, like, we are going to see Army of Darkness. Like, I don't give a shit. We're gonna go see that. And she took me and we saw it. It was great.
That's awesome, dude. Oh, sick.
I remember renting Army of Darkness, and we rented it over and over again, dude. I thought I didn't even know till a few years later when I was a teenager. The Evil Dead was a movie. And
That's the same thing. I didn't know because my Jiddu let me borrow. Like he showed me Army of Darkness. And I fucking fell in love. And he was like, you could borrow it. And I like didn't want to give it back. And then I almost kind of forgot it. And then I stumbled upon Evil Dead. And I was like, to my dad, I was like, I swear this is the same guy from that movie that he showed me. I was like, I can't think of the name. And he was like, that Army of Darkness. And then I go and rent the second one. And I see like, you know, him get pulled through the portal. And I was like, what the fuck is this that like are these, you know what I mean? I didn't even know.
Yeah, I watched these bitches in reverse order.
Me too.
I watched Army of Darkness, and then I finally watched Evil Dead 2 because I kept hearing about it.
Oh, you watched Evil Dead 2 then?
I was like, wait, Evil Dead 2 is what leads into Army of Darkness? And then I was like, I gotta watch Evil Dead. Then I was like, Evil Dead's the same fucking movie.
No, what confused me? Okay, so I knew that already because I had seen Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead was a it had such a distinct cover box art, whatever, with the skull.
Yeah.
That you could not fucking like, you had to rent that, right? Anyway.
Hell yeah.
But when there we go.
I'd say
when
I got it right behind me too.
When I saw it, I was confused as fuck because I was like, wait a minute. Isn't this what happens in Evil Dead 1? What is going on here?
Right.
I was so confused that, and
I was like, did I rent
part 1 again?
I used to be the guy that
did I rent part 1?
Yes. I was the guy that would explain it to everybody who would be like, no, the first act of Evil Dead 2 is a remake of Evil Dead 1. And the end of Evil Dead 1 is when he gets picked up by the evil, right? You remember that? Where the camera comes around and it ends. Yeah. But that's the end of Act 1 when he gets taken over by the evil in Evil Dead 2. So Act 1 of Evil Dead 2 is a remake of Part 1.
Yes.
Right? A truncated retelling. And then it continues. And so it's a weird thing, but I still would say the first Evil Dead is the best of all of them. Like Evil Dead
1 is so good, man.
I love that movie is perfection to me, dude.
So good. But Evil Dead 2, it's like it's the beginning of this style that Sam Raimi would just continue to use. Like when he puts that chainsaw together, that scene is so fucking awesome. Like he puts it, and then he's like,
dude,
groovy. And I'm like, yo.
So like you were aware of Evil Dead 2 before you watched Army of Darkness.
Yes.
So me and Dylan weren't.
You watched them in order.
So Dylan, when me and you watched Evil Dead 2, were you kind of like, oh shit, this is the same?
Yes.
The same bit.
Dude, I was like, holy shit. Yes. I was like, especially when I first, because I watched
the chainsaw thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was gonna say because you watched 2 first, so I watched 1 then 2 because I stumbled upon 1, and then so when I rented 2, I was like, "What the fuck is this? The same movie?" I was like, "I thought I rented the sequel," But then
Yeah.
obviously it keeps going, and you're like, okay, this is different, you know.
Yeah.
But then like the ending comes, and I was like, holy shit, this is how Army of Darkness starts. Because Army of
Yeah.
Darkness was one of my favorites, and I
Love
thought
it.
that was a standalone.
Bro, when I first
But
watched
then I
Army of
was like, this
Darkness,
is that same guy.
when I first watched Army of Darkness, or when I first watched Briscoe County Jr., I don't know what came after. I think Briscoe County came after Army of Darkness, but I thought he was playing the same character in Briscoe County as he was in Ash. Like I thought those things were connected
Yeah.
in
Right
my
on.
head back then.
I remember because I watched Evil Dead 2. So I watched Evil Dead 2 more than one, even though I love one more as a film. I watched
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2 so many times that when I saw the trailer for Army of Darkness and they show him falling into the past, I like gasped. I was like, oh shit, this is
Bro.
it. This is Evil Dead 3. Holy
Yeah. And there's nothing like that, bro. Like there's
Yeah.
no like horror franchise where it's like that, where they go medieval, like go back in time, go
Yeah.
medieval, and it
And what's
fucking
crazy is like
works so good.
watching Army of Darkness first, then you see that it's set up in Evil Dead 2, right?
Yeah.
And like that was
Yeah.
what blew my fucking mind, right? Because I was like, oh my god, they actually set this up in that movie. They
Yeah.
like it was wild. And honestly, I don't even think I had seen Evil Dead 2 until after the year 2000. Because I think I finally
Oh, I
watched
definitely
it.
didn't either. It
I
would have
think I
been like
finally watched it
2002
after
maybe when I
there was
saw it.
there's a reference to it by Jack Black in the movie High Fidelity, right? And I think that I think when they made that reference, I still hadn't seen the movie. So
Really? Wow.
yeah, I don't think I watched it until the early 2000s.
God, I was going Hail to the King and Groovy and all that. It's just pillow talk, baby.
I just always thought Army of
Yeah.
Darkness was its
Give me
own
s-
fucking thing.
Give me
man.
some sugar, baby.
Give me some sugar, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it's not labeled that, but you know what? This is a great conversation to have to lead to the next question I have for Dylan.
I was hoping, because I was gonna say we can't leave without this.
It seems like we got another show coming in about 2 weeks.
We sure do.
Is
I got
Evil
my
Dead-
tickets for this
is
Thursday.
Evil Dead Burn out
It's coming out Thursday.
Thursday.
this
I got
week?
my tickets this
So
week,
It will
but I
be
got to
out.
make sure I give you guys some time.
Okay, so are we? Is that
Especially
what we're
'cause
doing
I-
next time?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, what
Oh,
a
yeah.
perfect fucking conversation. All right, I did not
I was
like
gonna
Evil
say,
Dead
I was
Rise,
like,
so I'm gonna go into
I
this
know,
trepidatiously,
I know.
y'all. I'm just gonna
but
say,
that's why I
is
was
it the
like,
same
I was like,
director or
no,
anything?
it's a different
completely
director.
different story too.
Yeah,
No,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
different story.
it's a different story, but they.
But I
pull
think it's
from
a
the
bit of a
lore.
continuation
Yeah,
too.
they pull
Yeah.
from the lore. The
Um.
Necronomicon's definitely in it, and then they hint that remember in Evil Army of Darkness there were 3 Necronomicons.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
They hint that
There's
because
still.
there's 3. That's why
Yeah.
you got these 3 new Evil Dead. movies.
Exactly.
Well,
Yep.
help me out real quick. Is there anything that I might need to know from Evil Dead Rise to go into this movie? Do y'all know?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
I
The
just
only
remember it's
thing
about a
I've
family,
heard is
right? In an
the
apartment
girl
building.
in the. Remember the girl in the opening that gets possessed at the cabin? I
Yeah.
believe that she's gonna be in the new one, and I think that's how they're
Well,
connecting.
that was the best part of Rise was that opening.
Yeah, I
Like the
believe
title
she's gonna
shot
be
where
in
she
this
rises
again.
and then like
Yeah.
Evil Dead Rise.
Oh,
yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm
if you
excited.
want to
The
watch,
trailer looks great, dude. The trailer.
if you
looks
want to
great.
watch anything by the guy that directed this new one, it's on Shudder, I believe. It's like a French movie, a French spider movie in an apartment complex called Infested. But it was really good.
Oh, I've heard of that.
It was really
Yeah.
good. I like that one.
Yeah.
I'm
I've
so
heard of that.
fucking
That came
hyped
out a
for
while
Burn
ago,
though.
right?
Yeah, that's out. That's pretty much what got him Evil Dead Burn, I want to say, because that's the only thing I know him from, and I quite enjoyed that. So if that comes out this Thursday, we wouldn't do it. The 12th would be this Sunday. Are you guys good to do July 19th for Evil Dead Burn? Because I know if like you got to get to the theater,
I
obviously.
mean, I already told.
Do we need to push it back a little more?
I already told my wife that I want to go out with her because we obviously can't take the kids to this one.
Right.
But I wanna, have a traditional old timey date. Go
Hell
out
yeah.
with her, go watch Evil Dead Burn. And she's down. So more than likely, that's what I'm gonna do this week. If I can't catch it this week, I'll let you know. But it may
Yeah.
still be before that Sunday because we'll probably do
Yeah.
the Friday or the Saturday after, right? So
Did I say
it'll
that? I
still
would say
fall.
because
It'll
you
still fall in.
July 19th, that would be not this Sunday, but next. So then that's a full 2 weeks. You know, if worst came to worst, we could always, try push it a week. You know what I
I
mean?
think we
Because I
can
know
make that.
shit comes up, but
I
I
think
think
me
we
and
can
Fable
make
can
it.
make that,
You
right?
sure you can't make it, right? Damn. For the
Cool.
I don't want to say nothing about Horror Fest, but you know what I'm talking about. My last thing, right? You have my
Did you
list.
send him the updated one?
Yeah, he has the updated one. He
What
should
are we
have.
talking about right now? I'm confused.
He's
Horror
talking
Fest.
about his last show. His last show
For Horror
or
Fest?
Horror Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know about it.
Fables.
What about it?
I don't think you can make that one, right? Because that's gonna be like all of them. So it's like the first three.
Man, you put me
You-
on fucking point right now, man. So I just know my girl doesn't have her kids this Halloween. I'll get back to you on that one, man. But it's very tempting. But
It's
I'm
okay.
going to watch the new one.
Yeah, good.
And
All right, we got that.
I think within 2 weeks, I think me and Fable will both be ready. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I'm probably gonna be there for that one that he was talking about too. So I'm sure that's why he's also trying to lure you in, Robbie.
Okay, I see. I know I want to
So
do the finale too, man. I mean,
I'll throw that in there
Listen, we
to
talk
try to
about
help you, Fable.
franchises. We talk about franchises, and this
That's an
one,
important one for
this
us.
one's quite unique in that I think it's a pretty strong franchise, right?
Yeah.
So what's involved in this franchise? Evil Dead 1 and 2, and then Army of Darkness.
Army.
The
Then we got
remake,
the new one, right? Yep.
which I've never seen.
Oh, so it is I didn't know if it was gonna be just the trilogy.
No, it's all 6.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I've never
right,
seen the
yeah.
remake, but that director's going to be at Scarefest this year.
Yeah.
And then so then
Oh.
it would be then Rise and Burn.
What I'm just saying is that it's a cool contrast. We got an original trilogy and then we got a modern trilogy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like it's gonna be a cool
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
That is. Yeah. I
Not
didn't
as
even know that's
interesting
what
as
you
the
were
Texas
going for. That's
Chainsaw
sick.
Massacre franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm so fucking hyped for this, man. This is my summer blockbuster,
Me
Evil
too.
Dead Burn. So
Me too.
I'm
That first
so
trailer
excited.
captured me.
Oh my
immediately.
God, dude.
I was like, what? This is crazy.
Because
The
I
other crazy thing is
loved Rise. I loved
much-
Rise. I know Robbie didn't, but
As much as I love Evil Dead, right, and all that shit, like on my channel, we've only ever done Army of Darkness way back in the day, and then we did the Evil Dead for Horror Fest.
yeah.
Like we've never done
That's
2, we've never done a franchise review. It's crazy.
I
Like
don't
all the
think-
franchise reviews, we've dug deep.
Mhm.
You know, this
I'd
year
say-
we're doing the Hatchet franchise. You know,
Yeah.
but like, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Did we do it? I don't know if we did a trilogy or if we just did Army, because that we might have to do that sometime. Do a trilogy or
Evil-
something. I don't know if we've
Evil Dead-
done
I know
any of
you
them
did
on
Evil
mine.
Dead 2 on your channel the same year. We did Evil
2?
Dead 1 because we did a 1 and 2.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah. So one day we'll have to do just like a trilogy, and then we'll have to do like the remake and shit. So,
And I've never seen the TV show either, man.
dude, the TV show's great. I've been rewatching it actually because they were saying there's a house in the new one that might be connected to the show. And it's because they're not gonna make that, might be just like an Easter egg for fans, if that's even the truth. It might just be like a fucking coincidence. But yeah, I've just been rewatching because I love that show. That was such a fun one. You gotta check that show out if you ever get the chance. I believe it's on Prime right now.
Yeah, I got to finish Better Call Saul. Then
Yeah.
maybe I'll get to it.
That's so fun, dude. So fun. Because
Yeah, I gotta
that's
do the
kind of
same
like
thing.
back to their roots where you could tell they didn't have a lot of money for that show. So you could tell they were like really trying to pull things and go back to like the old style techniques and shit. I'm pretty sure
I want to see
KMD
it, man,
worked
because
on it too.
by the way, everybody, I want everybody to know, Scarefest, Lexington, Kentucky, the weekend before Halloween. I'm going to be there. Mike Matthews is going to be there. You should be there because, man, what a great fucking thing. Speaking of Evil Dead, everybody ever involved in the Evil Dead is going to be there.
Oh,
Bruce
man.
Campbell has unfortunately had to postpone
No.
because of his health
Yeah.
situation, right? However,
Yep.
Sam Raimi's there, Ted Raimi's there, all of the actors in all the movies. Fede Alvarez is there. Like, y'all, Ivan Raimi is
Wow.
there. The producer of the fucking movie. Like
That's
everybody's
crazy.
going to be there. Plus, Dean Cundy is there. They're doing a bit of a Halloween 2 reunion. Dick
Mm.
Warlock has also been announced. A lot of
Man,
other actors
Dick,
too.
Dick's getting
A
old
lot of
too.
other, I know, and a lot of other John Carpenter alumni, including Christine actors, I really feel we may be getting a John Carpenter announcement from Scarefest. I don't know that.
I've been
However,
hearing that they were going to do a remake of Christine.
here are the directors that I can think of off the top of my head that are going to be at Scarefest this year: Fede Alvarez, Sam Raimi, Eli Roth, the Soska sisters, Sean Cunningham, Fred Decker.
Holy shit.
That's pretty fucking dope, y'all.
Yeah.
Eli Roth. Fuck yeah.
Yes. And the Soska sisters, bro.
Yeah.
American Mary, one of our favorite movies.
Yeah.
Yes. I told Two
We
Gun,
were
I was
just
like,
watching
they're gonna
See
be
No
there. He
Evil
was so
2.
jealous.
Me, Scarphead, and Two Gun just watched See No Evil 2 right before the stream, and they directed that.
Oh,
that
did
Kane, the movie with Kane. Yeah,
Bro,
they
I've
directed
never
the sequel.
seen anything else from them.
Hmm.
I've only seen American
just American
Mary, and
Mary?
I've read their Black Widow comic that Two Guns.
They did the Cronenberg Rabid remake too.
Oh, I didn't know that. I gotta watch some shit before I meet them.
That one was pretty good.
So I don't just go up there and want to talk about one movie, but that's the movie I want to talk about.
That's my
American
favorite
Mary.
movie that they've done. The American Mary's their masterpiece, in my opinion.
But yeah, what a great lineup, man. Look at Scarefest. Y'all try to be there. If you see me there, holler at me. Say what's up.
Hey man, I wouldn't go there without fucking making sure you know I'm gonna be there.
I think
Dylan,
Matt
if
might
you're
go
there,
be hanging out the whole
if
time.
you ever go to Scarefest, you're there with us.
Exactly.
Exactly. Like we room together. Just come with us, man. That's
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it because that'd be sick, man.
you
I've
could
never been to a
probably-
horror con.
We got 2 hotel rooms for Scarefest this year. One for me and my girl, one for Mike. I'm sure
Yeah.
Mike would room with you if you want to make it down. He just let you know he snores.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I'm sure they'd give you
It's
a
only
media
for a
badge.
weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
No
good.
way. That'd be sick. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. That'd be sick because I could drive. It's not that far. I'd probably drive down there.
You should.
And that
I'll send
fucking
you a link.
lineup is crazy. Yeah, send me a link. That lineup sounds insane. And Dick Warlock's getting old, bro. I saw a video of him a couple years ago, and he was looking tough, man. I love Halloween too.
Tom
He's one of
Atkins
my
is there. They're
favorite.
also doing a big Night of the Creeps thing. That's why Fred Decker's there.
Hell yeah,
They're doing a big Night of the Creeps thing too. So
that's sick, dude.
I met Tom there
Fuck,
last year. He was super cool, man. Super cool guy.
Yeah, he's so awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I gotta watch.
So yeah,
I've only seen the first episode.
yeah, it's fun, dude. It's quirky, man. It's fun as fuck. Like the first episode, fucking Bruce Campbell's fucking a chick in the bathroom, spanking her ass with his wooden fucking hand, his mahogany fucking teak hand that he's got. It's just to set the fucking precedent of what that show is, man. Fucking funny, bro. Yeah, that shit is. Oh god, I've been having a blast rewatching that. That's a fun one. That's another one. Such a bummer. It was on Stars, you know what I mean? Because everybody had HBO at the time, you know, and it got 3 seasons, but they planned for 4, so it kind of got cut. I always forget. I gotta finish because I'm on season 3 right now. I always forget if they kind of give it an ending or if it kind of just ends abruptly because they plan to do a 4th season. But such a good show, man, and it you know, people love it, man. People always rave about it. It's just like, you know, the Sarah Connor Chronicles where like, damn, man, if that would have got one more season, you know. So
yeah, one of the craziest cliffhangers ever was Sarah.
Yeah, dude, such a good fucking show, man. It's always those ones where you're just like, man, I wish. I can't remember though if they said Bruce Campbell was producing Evil Dead Burn or if that was maybe Evil Dead Rise or not. But you know,
I'm sure Raimi is given the okay or, you know, overlooking and whatever.
Yeah. Well, from what I've been told is the directors of Rise and Burn and I'm sure Wrath, like there's like a Evil Dead like Bible that they're going off of. So I'm so excited, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm pumped, dude.
So hype. So yeah, July 19th. We should be back here for Evil Dead Burn, man. And so if you guys try to get out to your local theater, support this thing.
That'll be 4 episodes of DHS since the return. That's cool, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. we're gonna have a fucking blast, man.
It's a
'cause
slow
Evil
ramp
Dead-
up to Horror Fest, y'all, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, Dylan, your show gets me so fucking hype. Like I know
Dude,
we
I'm
just
so
started Action
excited.
Fest Fable, man. But the worst thing about Action Fest is I'm already looking at Horror Fest.
That's all right, because that's Sci-Fi Fest is starting to be that for me too. Like I'm like, man,
Oh hell yeah!
I love
hell
Horror
yeah.
Fest, but I'm like thinking of my Sci-Fi Fest. What are we doing?
And I pretty much have my list already. I was tweaking like one show. I was kind of debating,
Put the
but I
Kindred
pretty
on it,
much have
Dylan.
it. Yeah.
Put the Kindred on it.
Well, then you're gonna have me sitting there really fucking debating because I already had it ready, but I can maybe squeeze it in.
Maybe
should
we
be
do a
able-
bonus show on a random night. It's gonna be hard
Maybe.
because there might be a point during Horror Fest where there's a show almost every fucking night, y'all.
Every
I
night.
know,
Yeah,
dude.
October's gonna be crazy if you're following Horror Fest.
Yeah. I was saying because now there's
you're
more.
really
There's
delivering
more
this
shows.
year, y'all.
Yeah,
We're really
there's
delivering
way
this
more
year.
shows. That's why I was like, I try not to do any like, franchises.
Yeah.
I don't want to put any more pressure because I know you. I even see that you didn't go franchise crazy this year.
Me, no. I did 2 smaller franchises, but
Yeah.
Fable
I
is
say-
a franchise, and
Yeah, but you usually go franchise crazy, and I'm like, I
we're
don't know
running
how
out
the
of
fuck you
12,
do it.
13
That's
movie
true.
franchises.
That's
so-
true.
Next
that's
year,
true.
though, next year, and just because
Ooh.
it's October that I only join, I don't start in August with you guys.
Yeah.
My aim is all modern, no classics, no nothing, anything that I can get my hands on that's brand new.
Did you say next year?
Yeah, next 27.
Because this year you got
Yeah, but that's
got
only
some
because you
class.
put Savini and
Yeah.
and
I would say-
yeah.
we do have some fests within Horror Fest this year, which I'm very excited for.
Right.
It's gonna be
I'm
like
sorry, my bad.
yeah, it's gonna be good.
I would say
It's gonna be good.
I'm going. It was funny that you were telling me about the modern thing, and I kind of because normally I go really 80s classic heavy, and
Yeah.
I was especially since it's been a while, and there's a lot of movies I didn't get to do that I normally would have done while I was on break. So I'm going pretty modern heavy myself. So
Yeah, well,
and at
it's
first
gonna be
I was like,
Y'all,
but there's
I mean,
a lot of bangers I want us to touch on.
Mhm.
We've all here on the panel seen all the lineups cemented so far, which is everybody, I think, except for Dylan.
Yeah.
Has Verno cemented his list?
Oh,
I think
I'll write
so.
it down, Sugun. I'll write
I
it
think
down.
so.
Yeah, the Guyver is a good one.
Yeah, that is. I would love Dylan to join Sci-Fi Fest, man. There's some great sci-fi dark movies.
Some of the best science
Yeah, let
fiction
me
is
know.
horror, man.
yeah.
Yeah. I love sci-fi.
I remember me and Fable got criticized last year for Action Fest, where they were like, "This is all just science fiction."
Time cop.
Yeah, but the
That's
Horror
right.
Fest lineup is a super diverse lineup, man, and I'm really, really excited, man. It's going to be really, really fun, y'all. It's all going to
Thanks-
kick off with
thanks
the
for
Omen
hanging out,
franchise. That's the
Stacy.
one thing we can state right now is that it all ends there, or
I would say-
it all starts there, and it all ends with the Evil Dead franchise, which we've already stated. So now you know the beginning and the ending of Horror Fest. It starts with the Omen franchise. It ends with the Evil Dead franchise,
But
which
we
I think
got-
is very appropriate when
We
you
got
really think
some
about it.
bangers
Hell yeah.
planned for you guys, so stay tuned. 100%.
I was actually gonna send you my list today too, but then I was debating on one movie.
Put the
So-
Kindred in there. God damn it, Dylan, please, so we can watch this fucking thing.
Or we could always watch it before Horror Fest. But
We're gonna wind up doing Navy SEALs on this fucking channel before we do the
Yeah.
Kindred. You just wait and see.
no, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. But I just got my shit. I got it like cemented, and you
Nah,
know
it's
me.
cemented,
I go back and forth so much.
Kindred
This
doesn't
is
have to
the
be part of
first-
Horror Fest. Just
This
let's
is
do
the first time I was actually kind of proud of myself where I sit there and I put it in and then I put it out and I put it in, I put it out. I'm like I go crazy. And this time I made a list and I was like, I'm cool with that. But then there was one movie where I was like, it takes place around Halloween, but I was like, it could kind of not be a horror movie, but like it kind of can be. So I was like, should I maybe take it out and do something else?
keep
so
your
that was
list
the
as is.
only
I want to
thing.
see this list. I want to see this list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Send me
bang. It's a
this
banger
list.
list.
We'll do the Kindred any other time. Don't worry about it. We'll get to it. But man,
Yeah,
let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
Just send me the
yeah.
list. I'm ready to start working on the thumbnails and getting this shit ready.
All right. I'll send you the list then. I'll send you.
We
what I
already got the banner made. It's dripping with slime this year, y'all. It's
Hell
so
yeah.
cool, dude.
Did you saw Mike's little DHS thing he made for me too?
Yeah, I was going to
thought
ask you
that was
after the
dope.
show, but now that we're just airing everything, do you like that logo?
I do like it. I was debating
I
on.
think it stamps a new brand, a new era.
Yeah.
of DHS.
I wanted to do something. I wanted to do a DHS, like, because it's kind of, a little, and that's what we basically call it always anyway. So I always thought that would be kind
You
of
want
cool.
it tweaked a little bit? Don't worry, man. I got you, bro.
I say maybe a little bit.
I'll get it. I'll get it tweaked.
Maybe just add a little bit more of a horror aesthetic. I don't know, but
we got you. Mike did that on his own, man. I was surprised you.
I love it though. I love it though.
it
Yeah,
should
because
look
once
a
I
little bit
saw
like
that
the VHS.
yeah, that would be cool. Something
Like a
about it
blood
kind of
splattered
reminds
VHS
me of like
logo?
it gives me kind of like a bullseye look with the circle thing in it, which I like the stamp, but I don't know, maybe just like the constant circles gives me like a bullseye thing.
That was
Like
literally
Daredevil.
So what? I'm glad you liked it because that was basically Mike.
I love that he did DHS.
That was him going. I want to redo it.
Yeah,
because our logo was PCP.
Yeah.
So he like shit,
And,
man.
like,
Do we need to make one for a Fable? Is OCD?
No,
I think
I did OCD one time, and somebody said, "How dare you make fun of this real?"
I love that the Angel Dust communities never come after us, or the Department of Homeland Security for Dylan.
Yeah, you're right. Or what isn't there DHS, the package company, or isn't there that the yellow package company, weren't they called DHS? But yeah, I love because they're like I see like I know a lot of
right. Yeah,
I've always thought I was like
right
that's what we always call ourselves.
This is the official logo that you'll see on most.
I got a note, man. I think a blood splattered VHS logo and maybe a couple variations, like a slime covered one.
Yeah,
like a just a filth covered one, a rusted one. Like I think Mike's gonna go ham with that, man. Mike works overnight, so he's third shift kind of guy. So he's got plenty. He likes to design things. Mike does great. Mike, by the way, does all of our banners, and he does all the thumbnails for DHS. So just so y'all know, man. And I think he did a great job on the fucking "I Know What You Did Last Summer" thumbnail.
Dude, I loved it. That's why when he showed that, I was like,
shitting on
I'm
his
definitely
backroom
using
thumbnail,
that.
and I was like, no, he went exactly with the aesthetic of the backrooms.
That's why I was like, when I was looking at the other ones, I was like, there's no way. I was like, this one's perfect. This one is fucking awesome. Like, that's the perfect aesthetic for what the movie is. So I got exactly what he was going for. Dude, Mike's banners, man, are fucking top notch, bro. Like, I'm so fucking blessed that he does my thumbnails, man.
Of his fucking design elements, man. It's so funny. He loves the banner thing, man. That's something that Mike
does it, man.
The whole idea of the banner.
Yeah. I always would, because I love Vern's like blood. I love Vern's fucking name, Blood Splatter Chatter. It's just perfect name. To where I've always thought about
genius.
Man. I know, man.
That should be the biggest podcast about horror movies.
Dude, it's the perfect name. And I even love like the little fucking chatter box that he does. And now like with his opening, how he had he has like the actual where it's like I like
Bruno's the shit, man.
Yeah, where like I was like, man, why?
DHS, man. I think he said he'd be down for some horror fest.
I think he said he was gonna join for Friday the 13th. So
do we got a Friday the 13th this year?
I think I gotta look.
Oh, I never mind. I know what we're
I
know what we're talking about.
I don't know if it's the remake or what we're doing, but there's so many Friday the 13th we could do. So I wanted to add one of them in there.
But anyway, yeah. We don't know what we're doing, right?
Yeah, we have no clue.
Could be Jason.
We're just winging it.
Yeah, we're just winging it. We don't know.
Jason goes to hell, man.
Dude, that NECA is coming out. That looks dope. I think I'm gonna get it, man.
Sick.
I think I'm gonna get it, man.
Dude, I want that. Did they?
I think I want to get every fucking Jason from NECA, man.
The only one I'm missing is the remake, which I gotta get, but I got to, because I'm so deep now where I gotta get fucking I think they were doing a Jason. Did they announce Jason X, or was it just Jason Takes Manhattan and Jason Goes to Hell? I think it was,
Manhattan and Jason Goes to Hell,
but they gotta do
not
Jason X, because now it's that weird thing with the
there's
game.
a license right thing because they're able to say it's part of the game, but
Yeah.
anyway,
but we know
we should wrap this show up, right?
Yeah. So we will be back July 18th. July 19th. I'm sorry, July 19th, 10 p.m. Eastern for Evil Dead Burn. Thank you guys as always for hanging out. Love all y'all. I hope everyone had a great 4th of July weekend. Have a great week, and we will see you guys next time. As always, love y'all. Peace out. See you next time.